Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into the year of 2026. And what better way to kick it off than a fantastic matchup between the Oregon Ducks and the Texas Tech Red Raiders down in the Orange Bowl over in Miami. Sounds like everyone on the Ducks side of things is really enjoying the sun down there. Texas Tech, I think they're still complaining, hoping that they can somehow, some way get this game shifted over to Lubbock. Maybe yes, maybe no. Oregon is favored in this one, and I'll tell you right now, as a Duck believer, as a Duck faithful, you could say, I am freaking excited. It makes me feel good that the Miami Hurricanes came away with a victory, making it now teams that have the bye 0-5. Texas Tech has the bye. Of course, the Oregon Ducks do not. If you're fired up for kickoff, go down in the comment section and spam me. We're rocking and rolling both on our main channel and over on our Oregon Football Report channel. We're going to be giving a dual live stream today. And so that way, if any of you got a question about where we're talking and who we're talking to, just let me know in the comment section. Happy New Year to the meme god, Danny Starr. What's going on? Jack, how you doing? Good to see you. Mike Nintendo Master, what's up? Bobby from Canby, Oregon. Shout out to Canby, Oregon. Wonderful place. Not too far from where I actually grew up. Let us know down below in the comments also what team you're rocking with today. Who do you think is going to come away with the victory? What team do you think is the top dog? If you think it's going to be Texas Tech, type Tech. If you think it's going to be the Oregon Ducks, one, I would say thank you. I think you're very smart, and clearly you do understand ball. And if you think it's going to be somebody else, maybe you're tuning into the wrong game. That's possible. It's possible that you're tuning in to the wrong game just a little bit early. I can see down below right now, we got 35 people hanging out with us on main. We got another 10 hanging out with us over on the Oregon Duck channel. On the main channel, I just threw in the Oregon Football Report. If you're an Oregon Duck fan, or if you might be a little bit leaning their way, you can head on over, hit that sub button, and join us. Ducks, I see you, meme God. Good to see you, man. Hopefully it goes our way. Mike Nintendo Master says he doesn't know which way he's going to go. Mike, I'm picking the Ducks, so I'll let you kind of figure out which side you want to be on in that one. Crazy game last night. Actually got to be boots on the ground for that one. We can look at the current college football playoff bracket right now. The Miami Hurricanes, Mario Cristobal, and the Miami Hurricanes found a way to upset Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes. I did not see this coming. I also did not really expect to see myself out on a New Year's Eve watching a college football playoff game, but the prices got low enough to where I just had to go and check it out. I had to see what was going on over at AT&T Stadium here in Dallas. I'll tell you right now, this Miami team, they are really legit. They are not afraid to really push the envelope when it comes to how they are attacking the grind. They are not afraid to run the football at an extremely effective rate. They are not afraid to really push the envelope when it comes to their defensive line. Bain is an absolute animal. Very excited to see him and everything that he did. All right. If you have not had the opportunity, go subscribe to Go Ducks TV. That is the Oregon Football Report. We just launched the channel. It's going to be fantastic, and it's going to be a great follow. I think that you're going to get into a lot of the joys there. Here's our recent sub count on that channel. We're closing in on that 2K mark. Shout out to Matthew, Nolan, Dale, Ricky, and Dwayne. Thank you guys so much for subbing to the channel. It means the world to me. We're trying to get this thing as fast as possible and as quickly as possible to be all the way at the very tippy top. I got some players that I want to talk about when it comes to the Oregon team and the Texas Tech team, what to watch out for, who to really be paying attention to. And, of course, we got to let you know about our Super Chat menu because even though it is early on in the day, well, it's New Year's Day. It's a holiday. That means you have to have a couple of beverages. But before we do that, I do want to let you know about the fine sponsors of today's episode, and that's because this episode is brought to you by our good friends over at Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. New feature alert! Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail and fade our picks with just one click. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right, we got some more people waking it up, cranking it up, getting ready for the day. I understand it. Hopefully everyone had a good New Year's Eve. Hopefully everyone was safe. Got to watch the Cotton Bowl from AT&T Stadium and then got the joys of getting back home in time right before midnight, see a couple fireworks, watch a little bit of Netflix, and then crash before we got ready for today's day. Thank you so much to the meme god. I see you heading over, subscribing to the Oregon Football Report, now commenting in the Oregon Football Report chat. Man, that's fantastic. That means the world to me. What up, Ty Man, the Buckeye, and Daily Question? Let me know what you guys predict for the score of this Oregon versus Texas Tech matchup. Do you think that the Ducks are going to come out on top? Do you think that the Red Raiders are going to come out on top? I may or may not disagree with you if you pick one of the teams, but I've been told that I have to be unbiased, and I have to be an unbiased observer, and I would never, ever, as an unbiased observer, ever favor another team. Let me know what you think is going to go down for the score in this one. We've already got 100 people up at 'em early. I love it. I think that is fantastic. Ty Man still struggling, dude. I am sorry. That really freaking sucks. You now know what it was like to be me last year, though, my good sir. You do know what it was like to be me last year. I will say the Ohio State faithful, they kind of handled it pretty well. I think in that kind of situation, when you lose a game like that, and then you got a team like Miami who hasn't won a whole lot of football games in quite some time, they celebrated. Michael Irvin celebrated. Let everybody know what it's like. The U is back. We're excited. We're firing on all cylinders. I'll tell you right now, the Ohio State people wouldn't have been shocked if they got a little upset, if they got a little grumpy, they got a little angry. But they really kept it together. No fights that I saw. 38-20 from Gary. He's got Oregon up big. He thinks Oregon runs away with it. I hope you're right there, Gary. I think that this game might actually end up being just a little bit closer than that. When I look at my final score prediction for this one, I've got the Oregon Ducks coming out on top just ever so slightly. 31-24 victory over the Red Raiders. I'll tell you right now that Red Raiders defense is legit, but I wonder if there's a little bit of a struggle to wake up in time, a little bit of a struggle to be ready to click on all cylinders from the Red Raiders. Maybe they, kind of go through the first half, similar to Ohio State last night, where it takes them a little bit to get going. And if that is the case, I think that the Ducks are going to come away victorious. I think that Dan Lanny's got a pretty fantastic squad, pretty fantastic crew there. And I think that he can get that thing rocking and rolling the correct way. By the way, if you'd like to go and click on that link for Prize Picks, I just put that into the chat as well. We do have a super chat menu for today. If you send in any super of any kind, let us know what team you're rocking with. I'll figure out what the cheer is for the Texas Tech Red Raiders once we get you on to the screen. I don't know if you can see this, but we already got a Happy Dad cracked right here for you. Any $5 super that comes in, we're going to give you a beer cheers. And we got a little bit of a super chat battle going between the two schools. So we'll let you know who's on top and who is, not on top as we're keeping everything square with you guys. Hopefully your team can win on the field, but you also have an opportunity to affect the outcome here on Chat Sports. If you send in a $10 super, I'll do a little bit longer of a seltzer chug. Get it more of a shot size, if you will. If you send in a super that is 50, guess what, sir? We're chugging a whole beer. We're chugging a whole beer. I even have my keys in here. Maybe if the boys get rowdy a little bit, maybe we'll even shotgun a beer to start 2026 off the correct way. What up, Green Caesar Sco Ducks? Good to see you down below in the chat. That's freaking fantastic, my good sir. If you like college football, then come on in and like the video. Hit that thumbs up button. Right now, the Duck channel has as many likes as our main channel. Main channel's got about 100 people in there so far today. Only 14 likes. Duck channel, we got 20 people hanging out with us. 11 freaking likes. So basically in the same spot, basically in the same position. Tell you right now, that main chat, you got to hit those like numbers up. You got to get those numbers rising. Oregon chat, I appreciate it. Everyone hanging out with us. And, well, they're doing our part. It helps us help you. The more people that come in and like the video, well, it helps YouTube tell more people to come in and check out what we're doing here. So make sure that you hit that like button. It helps us out early on. I see the Green Caesars. Was so surprised that Ohio State lost last night. Dude, I could not agree more. It was a shock to me. I didn't expect Ohio State to get pushed around the way that they were. They really got shoved around. They got bullied around. It was very clear who the better team was, at least on the line of scrimmage. Now, I would say that it was clear that Ohio State had a better receiver. That was pretty obvious. But I wouldn't say that Ohio State maximized Carnell Tate. And I wonder if that's because Tate is still dealing with all the injuries that he had suffered. All right? Like, is he at where he needs to be? Is he going to be at where he needs to be? I got some players that I want to look at from both teams when it comes to the players to watch in this matchup. If you've been living under a rock and you haven't had an opportunity to really come in and check out both of these teams, or who you think is the best team, I'm going to let you know who the 5 players to watch for both teams. Guess what? That's going to lead to 10 total players that you definitely want to be checking out. First, we're going to look at the Oregon Ducks and their quarterback, Dante Moore. If you've been living under a rock or you're just not watching West Coast football, first of all, shame on you. Not appropriate, not good. You need to be locked in on what the Ducks got going down in Eugene. And Dante Moore has been special this football season. What I will say about Dante Moore when it comes to that quarterback room and that quarterback position, he is clearly elevating himself as the season goes. I think early on there was a conversation that Dante Moore was going to be, a Heisman candidate, Heisman hopeful. Then the Ducks lose to Indiana, and all of a sudden everyone kind of sours on him. He has a game against Iowa where he might not play all that well, but what I will say that he did, and I was very impressed with him, when Oregon needed him most, he showed up like Avatar Aang. He was dominant on that final drive, hit a couple of crazy passes to Malik Benson that was able to put the Ducks in a position where they could win that football game. If the Ducks lose that football game, I don't know that they're in the college football playoff. In fact, I think if there's a 2-loss Oregon team, I think it's probably Notre Dame and Miami that get in, and Oregon's on the outside looking in. Dante Moore has done a fantastic job this entire season, and you're starting to see that kind of get recognized when you look at the NFL mock drafts, right? Mel Kiper has Dante Moore as the number 1, not quarterback, player in this upcoming NFL draft, and I think you're going to see why he gets that moniker. I think you are going to see why he gets that love, why he gets that appreciation. He can throw the football on a tight line, on a spiral. He can make all of the deep throws, all of the short throws. He's incredibly accurate, and I've been very impressed with everything that he's done. I love this idea, Searle. This is fantastic because now we can go 1 for 1. And instead of going down the list of the Oregon players, we're now going to take a look over at the Texas Tech quarterback, Behren Morton. And we'll go 1 for 1. We'll do an Oregon player and a Texas Tech player. And Behren Morton is an absolute stud. I don't think that he gets as much love and appreciation as he probably deserves because Behren Morton is on a Texas Tech team that everyone wants to talk about everyone else. They want to talk about how well the defense is playing. They want to talk about the mustache. And don't worry, we'll talk about the mustache here in a little bit. They want to talk about the running game. They don't really give Texas Tech the credit that I think that they deserve or should have. And I think the reasoning behind that when it comes to the offense is they're playing in the Big 12, and the defense is clearly their focal point. That's where they put all the money in. Behren Morton, he is an absolute stud. He can make all the throws. Now, he had to deal with some injury issues this year, so he hasn't played in every game. That's why you're going to see his stat line be a little bit lower than I think most would expect for a quarterback of this stature. But what I will say when it comes to Morton is he doesn't make the big mistake. He does a great job of understanding, hey, this is what the defense wants to give me. This is what the defense wants to attack me with. And this is how I can put them in a position to where they will not beat me. Behren Morton is a good quarterback. He's more of a game manager style quarterback, but I'll tell you right now, he is a very good quarterback, and Oregon Duck fans should not overlook what he can do. Next, we're going back to the Oregon side. Jordon Davison, the freshman running back for the Ducks, he has been their low red zone carry guy. He's been their guy who they have leaned on when they need the short yardage. He got banged up against JMU, had to get let off the field. We were worried here in Eugene about would he be able to play in this matchup. And that's the thing. He has put himself in a position where he has been able to play in this matchup and will be able to play. Now, he's not going to be the main feature back. Obviously, it's more of a three-headed monster that you're going to see for the Oregon Ducks. But when it comes to the power against the Texas Tech team that is not afraid to really push the envelope, that is not afraid to attack the opposing teams with how physical they are, their defensive line is unbelievable, you're going to need Jordon Davison to have a big game in this one. Cameron Dickey is the running back opposite of that Oregon trio. He's been a really good player this year. Lives on the big play explosives. That's another thing that I don't think the Texas Tech offense really gets enough credit for. It's the fact that they do get big plays. They get chunk plays. I was talking to some of the fans in my comment section for the Oregon Ducks in the build-up to this game, and a lot of guys were saying, well, I'm not worried about Texas Tech's offense because they don't do anything explosive. They don't do anything that scares me when it comes to what they're trying to do offensively. I disagree. Cameron Dickey can be an explosive play running back, and he's that main back for what Texas Tech wants to do. Behren Morton, he's found a couple of big plays as well, but Cameron Dickey's run the football effectively for the Red Raiders. Next, I want to talk about Malik Benson for the Oregon Ducks. He is a speedster who's kind of been thrust into that wide receiver one position. I don't know that anyone necessarily expected him to have to be wide receiver number one this year. There was a belief early on before the injury in fall camp that it would be Evan Stewart. Then Kenyon Moore really exploded onto the scene, did a fantastic job this season. And then Gary Bryant, a guy who'd been in the system for a year or two with the Oregon Ducks, was kind of supposed to be that guy. Well, at different points, they all got hurt. Haven't seen Evan Stewart at all this year. And then, of course, Kenyon Moore and Gary Bryant Jr., they missed a ton of time, basically the last month or so, with their respective injuries. Insert Malik Benson, a guy who's been around college football for a while. He is a speedster that has kind of developed into running crisp routes at Oregon. Offensive coordinator Will Stein has done a great job of finding different uses for him. He's not just a one-trick pony running vertical routes. But if the Ducks are going to get explosive plays in this matchup, they're going to lean on Malik Benson because that guy is, well, he's just unstoppable. When there is a big play in this game, I'll tell you right now, I'd expect it to be from Benson. Looking over on the other side, Texas Tech, Caleb Douglas, top wide receiver for the Red Raiders. Another player that, if given the right situation, he can get gone. He can be explosive. This Oregon Duck defense, I think, kind of let some people down. I don't know if I would say myself included, but against JMU, there was a belief, hey, it'll be 1,000-0, and we'll have the backups backup on. We'll be having Sheldon High School players playing in that fourth quarter, and that's not what happened for the Oregon Ducks. I would put more of that on the JMU offense than I would put that on the Oregon defense necessarily, especially when you're playing a lot of backup players in that one. But if anyone's going to get loose, it's going to be Caleb Douglas. Don't be shocked if the kid has a couple of big plays in this one and continues to really run away from their opponents. And, hey, if there is going to be a big play, it's going to be from Douglas. All right, now we're looking over at Oregon and their tight end, Kenyon Sadiq. When you talk about Sadiq, you have to talk about the best athlete, I think, in college football right now. And if he's not the number one overall best athlete, he's pretty freaking close. The kid has no fat on him. He's all muscle strength. He's going to be the top tight end taken in the draft. He's such a good tight end prospect that there's a chance he might end up being in the, top 10 range. Maybe that's a little bit biased from me, but that's how special I do think that this kid is. Kenyon Sadiq can add into that run game. He's not afraid to level some really good blocks as well. I think it's important to know and to be aware of just how good Kenyon Sadiq is, and he's a freaking matchup nightmare. Going over to Texas Tech, it would be a shame. I would be remiss if I did not mention their linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez. In fact, I think it's fair to say you can make the argument that he's the best defensive player in all of college football, although Ruben Bain, after the performance he had last night, would definitely like to have a word with him. Rodriguez had an outside shot at being considered for the Heisman. Just everything that they ask him to do, he does. He's great at stopping the run. He's great at pass coverage as well. From a linebacker, you don't always expect to see that. He's been pretty stinking good this entire season. And don't worry, I think we're going to see him come up and lay the boom quite a few times. If the Ducks are going to beat Texas Tech in this one, they're going to have to be able to keep Jacob Rodriguez from making tackles in the backfield. They're going to have to force him to make tackles along the line of scrimmage or, behind his line of scrimmage. Next, we got to look over at the Oregon Ducks and their very last linebacker, and that, of course, is Bryce Boettcher. When you look at Bryce Boettcher, that's okay, Cyril. It's all good. When you look at Bryce Boettcher, that is not Bryce Boettcher, but that's okay. When you look at Bryce Boettcher, he is a dual sport athlete at Oregon. He's obviously been a fantastic linebacker for the Ducks, but he's also done a great job at filling in on the baseball team. He's a guy who got drafted by the Houston Astros, going to play a lot of baseball if he so chooses, but the way he's been playing football right now, might be playing a whole lot of football in the future. He's going to have that Kyler Murray decision. What I will say when it comes to Bryce Boettcher, and I do think that this might be the most impressive part of what he's able to do and what he's done this season, is he's leading the Ducks in tackles, and he doesn't miss tackles. He does a fantastic job of when he gets his arms around a running back, around a tight end, around a wide receiver, he gets them to the ground. And they've been adding him a lot more into the blitz game this year with the Oregon Ducks. He's added himself a better job when it comes to what he's doing in pass coverage as well. Bryce Boettcher has been fantastic this season, and he's definitely a linebacker that we have to take a look at, and that's why he's one of the players to watch. Plus, we had to get a defensive player in there, and I couldn't just keep spamming Bear Alexander, Amari Washington, Mateo Uyunglele, or Tatum Tuioti. Lastly, we got to take a look at Texas Tech and their linebacker, David Bailey. He's kind of running on the outside edge. He is the top sack getter for this Texas Tech Red Raiders team. If the Ducks are going to win this football game, they cannot allow him to get into the backfield in this one. They're going to have to keep him very, very far away from some of the top running backs for this team. And they're also going to have to keep him away from Dante Moore. What'll be interesting to see with David Bailey is how the Ducks choose to attack him. Are they going to use more chips from Kenyon Sadiq and from Johnson? Are they going to trust their offensive linemen to take him one-on-one? How are the Oregon Ducks going to come up with a way to combat David Bailey? I think we'll see real quick. Hopefully they do the right thing. We're going to take one look at the QB1s in this matchup one more time. Just take a little bit of a deeper eyeball look at where they're at and how they've been doing this season. I do think it's important to note when we're talking about Dante Moore that his passing yards, while they are very, very high, he's also been able to stay healthy this entire season, where Behren Morton's numbers are going to be a little bit lower. And that's not a diss on Behren Morton. It's more so just to make sure that everyone understands what the deal is around Behren Morton. And that is that he had to miss a couple of games because of injury. So while his numbers might be lower, I would not say that that's a gigantic knock against him. Both quarterbacks do a great job of not turning the ball over, although Dante Moore did throw 2 interceptions, unfortunately for the Ducks against JMU, that really kind of kept them in the ball game. I will say that when you look at Morton as well, he does a great job of just taking what the defense gives him. If you're ready for kickoff, I know I certainly am. Head on down into the chat right now and start spamming those me's. We got College Game Day up right now, and they're already going through their picks to click. Haven't gotten to that Oregon game yet. They're starting with the Georgia Ole Miss, so hopefully we'll get to that Oregon game soon. What up, Shelly? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good one. I'm going to call you 4449. Beautiful, I guess. That's your name. We'll call you that. Go Ducks. I see you. Head on over to the Oregon Football Report if you'd like. Go in and hit that sub button. We already got 150 people hanging out with us today, Searle. It's going to be a fantastically fun game. I cannot wait. I cannot stinking wait. We're going to have a great time today. We're going to get really rolling. Jack says he's ready for kickoff. Shout out to you, Jack. Good to see you down below in that comment section. 124 of you hanging out on Maine. We got another 30 over on Ducks. Hit that like button. Help us out. Give a like on the video. I can't wait. It's going to be a fun game. And I think that we'll have a lot of fun here, too. If you want to join in on that Super Chat. No one's cracked open a Super Chat yet today, Searle. No one has hit. Let us know who they're rooting for. If you want to tell us who you're rooting for, you can do that. Send in that Super Chat. We'll get you live and on the screen. Plus, you'll be the very first person to send a Super Chat in the year of 2026. Who doesn't want to start off the year that way? Searle, it's good to see you. You've been manning the stuff from behind the scenes, and I do really appreciate that, man. How do you see this matchup kind of turning out?
I think it's a great matchup on paper. You look at Texas Tech's defense, really impressive stuff throughout the season. We'll see how much they can contain Oregon's high-powered offense.
Yeah.
I think both quarterbacks, they're key to the victory today for their respective sides.
Yes.
I really like what Dante's done this year, but Morton as well has put up good numbers. We'll see, though. But ultimately, I like the Ducks in this one. I'll go 34-31. High-scoring affair.
I love it. I love it. Hopefully it is a high-scoring affair with the outcome going the way that you said. Jose, what's going on? He's in New Mexico. Shout out to New Mexico. Played a couple games in Clovis and in Silver City. Shout out to those spots. He does say go Tech. Unfortunately, we got to be on opposite sides of that one, Jose. But that's okay. I still love and appreciate you for being here. Happy New Year, Skol Vikings fan. I'm sorry that your team isn't rolling the way that you might necessarily have wanted. What's going on, Seth Houston student, but Big 12 for the win. Okay, we're going with our conferences in this one. I'm okay with that as long as the Ducks get the Big 10 and as long as we also get the Pac-12 fans as well. We got 18 likes on our Duck stream right now, Searle. Only 25 on our main. Those numbers are off. Although I'll tell you right now, the Ducks doing a fantastic job of keeping pace with a much bigger channel. I am excited. We will be live, I should mention this, on the main channel for the Rose Bowl. Searle and I will be here again. But also, you will have Colin and Harrison live on the main channel for that Sugar Bowl as well. Chat Sports, we got you covered for every single thing of college football that you could be interested in or that you could want. So make sure that you hit that sub button on both of the channels so you don't miss out on anything. You don't want to miss out on anything at all. Man, oh man, I love college football. I love really seeing who could come away with the victory, who is going to be the team to beat, who is going to be the team that holds the crown up high at the end of everything. When it's all said and done, who is going to be the victor? And I just can't wait to see it this year. I think that both teams in this matchup have a chance to be that team. I think that both Oregon and Texas Tech, I think both of these teams could come away with a victory, and not just in this game, but come away with a victory in the college football playoff, holding the crown high above their head. They're kicking it over to Miami and Hard Rock Stadium right now. While they do that, please come in and subscribe to the Oregon Football Report. We are just 2 subscribers away. That's right, 2 away from hitting that 2K. It would be a great way to start off the year of 2026. Hit that 2K mark. So come on in, hit that sub button, help us out. Always keeps us pushing forward when it comes to the channel. Gotta love New Year's Day football. It's just the best thing. There isn't anything that is better. I will say, though, I could do without some of the commercials. Some of the commercials is just a little bit too much for me. They just take too long, and I don't know why. You know what I mean? I just don't know why. But that's okay.
Welcome to the new landscape that is college football.
I know. The college football championship game should be New Year's Day. It should be. It's the best day for it. It's a day that is only about college football. It's all we care about. It's all we want to know. It's all we love. It's all we want to watch. Look at that. 1 away from 2K. Let's get there. Let's hit it. Thank you, Skull Vikings fan, helping get away the bot. Oh, man. I want to see it hit that 2K mark. It's so close. It's right there. We got 24 people hanging out with us over on Ducks, 150 hanging out with us on the main stream. Yes, we are simulcast for this one. We will just be on the main channel when it does come to that Indiana-Alabama game. Oh, man. We got bots out in a big way today, Cyril. We got bots out in a big way. We're going to put them in timeout. We're going to make sure that they're not there. Hammer said, let's go Ducks. Come on in. Hit that sub button over on that Oregon Football Report. I got the sub link in the chat over on main. How about the Hurricanes? The U is back. I think Michael Irving would agree with that. I definitely think that Michael Irving would agree with that. Or Irvin, excuse me. I said Irving. That's not how you say his name. Man, oh man. Not really. 2,000! I love it, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. That would probably be the way to do it, and we'll just have it here, and then we'll get that figured out. 2K, thank you to everyone who hit that sub button, man. That's freaking awesome. Ducks 2K. We're going to race and try and get there to 3K. And you know what? I won't even wait for the super. We'll do the first beer cheers here. 2,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Our fastest growing channel here on Chat Sports. Maybe because it is the smallest channel. That could have something to do with it as well. But we're not going to tell the people that, sir. We're not going to tell the people. Shelly, what's going on? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good one. Hope everyone's having a safe New Year's Day. Hope everyone had a safe New Year's Eve. Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks are running out onto the field right now. Getting ready for this one. They're in the all whites. Got a little bit of gray as well. Hopefully the Ducks come out on top. Gotta love it. Kimberly, what's going on? She says, go Ducks. Nick says, anyone else think Miami's win helps validate A&M's season at all? It definitely doesn't hurt it. I'll tell you that right now. It puts them in a halfway decent spot. Tech versus Miami in the Natty would be the best for college football. Mike, why do you think that? I kind of want to know that. Why do you think that Tech versus Miami would be the best for college football? I think that college football, it would be in a good spot, that's for sure. But I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing for college football. I will say what's not the best thing for college football is telling me that kickoff starts at 11 o'clock and then not kicking off until 11:15 Central Time. Like that, nothing is going to make me more upset than that because that's freaking ridiculous. Try exiting out and then going back in. All right, let's see. I'm answering more questions down below. Forklift says, Ducks, please, God. Do the thing 2001. I'm happy for the playoffs, but it also makes me sad because college football season is ending soon. Yeah, that is true. I hate that college football ends so quickly. It's one of those things where You feel like you kind of just got used to it. You finally just got where you want to be. You're like, hey, I know what team is good. Hey, I know what team is bad. And then it just completely changes on you. You know what I mean? And then you got to go back to, what do I figure out for the rest of my week? What do I figure out for the rest of my day? How do I go about the rest of my weekends? How do I treat my Saturdays? How positive? I don't know, N8 Tech. I don't know how positive I am about that. I definitely think that both teams can score and can score really freaking well. But I don't want to sit up here and tell you that I think that both teams are going to absolutely dominate the defenses. It wouldn't shock me if Texas Tech's defense came out and absolutely shut everyone down. And then after how upset a lot of the Duck defense was in the first game, I think there's a decent chance that you see the best version of them come out as well. Skol Viking fans, go Duck. The Xmas commercial needs buy, please, today or this weekend. My birthday on Sunday. Birthday 20th. Wish me happy birthday. Read last. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. I got a little bit of Ron Burgundy, unfortunately, so I will read everything. Whatever gets said, I will read. Todd Daniels, Kentucky Wildcats are for the Ducks. I love that, Todd. I do love that, man. That is that's real love there, especially since you're getting Will Stein. Will Stein's a fantastic coach. I think he's going to make a great head coach. And the fact that more people are not talking about him being one of the top coach signings, I guess you should say. Not one of the top coach signings. Coach hirings is probably the better word. I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Christian, we just ignore them. Is this an Oregon football fans chat? Hey, Terminator, you know what? The main chat, it's got some good stuff, but this is an Oregon football chat. And you will also be seeing us live because we are simulcasting both right here and right now. Shout out to Skol Vikings fans coming over. I cannot condone or disown that forklift. I cannot. I don't know that I can bring that one up over here. Ohio State loses and America rejoices. May, what team do you root for? Clearly some sort of Big Ten fan. That's very obvious to me. The question is which squad is yours? I got to know. Because Ohio State losing was a big one. But I think what was the most shocking was how dominant Mario's team was. And Duck fans are going to get this one. Oh, Bama fan? Okay, fair. Okay, fair. I think a lot of Duck fans are going to get this one. Hopefully Jacob understands this one because he says go Ducks. Yes, sir. As soon as Miami jumped out to that 14-0 lead, I may or may not have texted my father and said, how does Mario screw this one up? Because we've seen him screw it up so many freaking times. How many times have we seen him think that he was ready to go and then he just absolutely wasn't? Absolutely wasn't. So I do think that was funny, and it was good to see Mario, I think, actually get a victory. I will say that. Like, I think the Ducks are in a much better spot now that he left. I think that Lanning is a better coach than Mario. I think that he's more progressive when it comes to his game planning and his callings. And so I think that while it was funny and like good for him to win, I don't have that like X's remorse when it comes to anything that Mario does, just because, well, the Ducks are in a better place. We upgraded. You don't get mad at your ex-girlfriend for getting a new boyfriend that doesn't make as much money as you, or doesn't have as much hair as you, or he's already balding, right? Like you don't get upset about that. It's like whatever. Or he's smaller than you. Make sure you hit that sub button. We're trying to get to 426,000 over on our main chat. Trying to get all the way there. Hit that sub button if you're on the main chat side of things. You don't want to miss out on any of the stuff that we got rocking and rolling over there. I would say, probably some of the best content that I've ever seen on YouTube. I'm a little bit biased, but a lot of the best content that I've seen over on YouTube. Kickoff is underway in Miami. Oregon's going to get the ball to start the game. Ball goes all the way into the back of the end zone. Dante Moore and crew walking out, ready to get this one rolling early. I am excited to see what what Dante is able to do. I am excited to see what this Oregon offense can do. A lot of Oregon fans are worried and nervous right now because the Ducks are in the gray pants. Haven't had as much success in the gray pants. Oregon does have the ball. Yes, sir. Yes, they do. All right. Ducks are in a pistol formation right now. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Nowhere for Noah Whittington to go. Absolutely swallowed up immediately. Not much doing there for the Oregon Ducks on their first run of this game. Not much doing there for the Oregon Ducks. All right, Dante Moore's in the shotgun, 2nd and 12. He's looking back to pass, finding an open receiver. Nice throw to the outside edge by Dante Moore. Going to be a 3rd down for the Ducks, but they are moving. They are moving. Back to pass, Dante Moore again. Over the middle. What a throw by Dante Moore. Able to find an open receiver. 1st down, Oregon. Great play. Great throw by Moore, and the Ducks are immediately on the line of scrimmage. They are going to go fast here. Quick RPO action, gets the ball to the outside. Kenyon Sadiq not going to be brought down by 1. Going to take a couple to get him down. Great job right now by Dante Moore and the Ducks. Searle, I don't know how to tell you any more than this. That is an incredible throw that he made. It's one of the best throws that I have seen this year. Over the defender, but layering it in a position to where only his guy could go up and get it. Absolutely fantastic. I have it now. All right. Ducks coming back up to the line of scrimmage. Dante Moore in the shotgun. He's on the 50-yard line. Got a running back in the backfield with him. It's Noah Whittington. He flips it out. Kenyon Sadiq. Nice play. Nice pitch and catch. Ducks are marching. Type those ones. Another 1st down for the Oregon Ducks. This Duck offense looks really freaking good right now. They look crisp, and they are not afraid to pick apart the defense of this Texas Tech team. I'll tell you right now, I'm very impressed with Dante Moore. I'm very impressed with Coach Stein and his game plan for this matchup. It's clear that Oregon had a plan of how they were going to attack this team. All right, 1st and 10. Dante Moore in the shotgun. He's going to pass again. Looking, finding. Great throw to the outside. Nice catch by 11. Ducks keep going. Jeremiah McClellan. That's okay. Jeremiah McClellan continues this team marching. Ducks going fast. Dante takes a shot. Malik Benson. Oh, he just about came down with it. We almost had a mossing situation in Miami. We almost had a mossing situation in Miami. That's the first time that the Ducks have really slowed down. Dante Moore now under center. Ducks continue to play fast. Not really wanting to slow down. Handoff, Noah Whittington. Able to get to the outside edge. He's brought down quickly as well. Going to be a gain of 2 there. Going to be a gain of 2 for the Ducks. Third down. If you're a Raiders fan, if you're a Duck fan, you can still type those 3rd downs. You can still type those 3s. Everyone should be typing those 3s. No matter what team you are rooting for, you should be spamming those 3s down below in the chat. 3rd and 8 for the Ducks. Ball on the 20-yard line inside the Prize Picks red zone. Dante Moore gonna go down. He is now outside of the Prize Picks red zone. Guess who? Bailey, Texas Tech. I told you had to be ready to block him. You weren't ready to block him there. By the way, because they were in the Prize Picks red zone, I do have to let you know, download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. So Ducks are going to have to go for the field goal here. Ducks are going to have to go for the field goal here. Hit that sub button if you haven't had the opportunity to do so yet. Ducks Oregon football report. We are growing rapidly. Hit that sub button. Ooh, I'm getting Dan Lanning comps right now in the company chat, and I love that. The kick for the Ducks is up, and it is good. Oregon 3, Texas Tech 0. Oregon scores. Type those FGs down below in the chat. I love that for the Ducks. I love it for the Ducks. If you're a Red Raiders fan, I think you have to be kind of happy about that as well. Ducks obviously get their offense going pretty early. You're able to come up with a couple of stops there late.
Good response by Tech's defense, honestly.
100%, Cyril. 100%. 100%. I see Skull Vikings fan typing 3. I see TK smashings FG. Love it. That line better get it going, Marley. I agree. Gonna need some big stops for the Ducks. Chris, Happy New Year's, man. Happy New Year's. Good to see ya. Hope you're having a good one. Hey, on both channels, I need to make sure that you know this. If you love college football and you have not liked the video, what are you doing? We are less than 50% likes on both our Duck channel and on our main channel. The more that you like the video, the more that I can go to our bosses and say, we need to do more Oregon football watch parties. The more I can say we need to do more college football watch parties. We got to hit certain metrics. It's just how the business works. And here's the best part of what I'm asking you to do here. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. If you love college football, you want us to do more content. And we've never done more content here at Chat Sports, but that's because you guys have come in and hit the like button on different videos, on different watch parties, on different streams. You guys have shown out for the company. You've shown out for yourself. You've shown out for college football. So come on in, hit that like button. We're so close to 100 likes on both channels. We are so very close. Hi, Christian. It's good to see you. Other Christian with a K, is very upset with Malik Benson. Very upset with Malik Benson. David Bailey is so freaking good. Here's our Super Chat menu, by the way, that we've got up for today. If you haven't had an opportunity to join in on the fun, you can do that as well. Any super, we're going nuts for you. Oregon Football Report. Never had a Super Chat, by the way. So you could be the first person in the year of 2026 send in a super for the main chat, but you can be the first person ever to send in a super for the Oregon Football Report. I think that would be pretty darn cool. I think that would be pretty darn exciting. Oregon kicks the ball off. Texas Tech, they're going to let that one go out the back of the end zone. Oregon green and yellow in that end zone as well. We got Behren Morton coming out. Plays of 20-plus yards, 90 for Texas Tech. That's tied for second in FBS. Do you know who's got number 1, Cyril? That would be the Oregon Ducks. That would be the Oregon Ducks because they have 91, and they are the number 1, or tied for the number 1 spot in the entire country right now. Shout out to Vikings fan, Paula, Mintz, Matthew, and Nolan. Thank you for hitting that sub button over on the Oregon Football Report. We're trying to grow that channel every single day in every which way that we can. Texas Tech, they're going to hand the ball off right away. Brought down by Tatum Tuioti. Going to be a gain of 4 for Texas Tech on that one. In the main chat, by the way, I just put in that Oregon Football Report sublink. Texas Tech going fast. They're going to hand the ball off again. Not much doing there. 420. Not much doing there for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. That's Williams. Texas Tech back on the ball quickly. Going to be a 3rd and 6 for them. Oregon Defense looking strong so far. Behren Morton back to pass. He's going to have to check it down to his running back, trying to get the first down. Unable to get that first down. Great job by the Oregon Ducks. Tosh Gaming! Boom! The first ever Oregon Football Report Super Chat, not just in the year of 2026, in the year ever. I said in the year, I meant ever. The very first one. Cheers to you and go Ducks. Sco Ducks. As Texas Tech punts that ball away, Ducks are going to call for the fair catch. That was Malik Benson on that punt return. Dante Moore and the rest of that Oregon crew, they're coming right back out. Excited to see them and everything that they're doing. Ducks, that looks pretty darn good. What's going on, Tosh Gaming? Cheers to you, my good sir. Ooh, boy. Gotta love it, Happy Dad. At 11 in the morning Central Time. Feels good. Feels good. No one tell the special lady friend that I've already broken no drink in January or whatever the heck we're doing. Dry January. Thank you. No one tell her. Don't tell her. Don't let her know. This is a trust tree. This is a safe place. No one let her know. No one let her know. Tosh Gaming, man. Sco Ducks. Shout out to you. First person ever, man. That's so freaking cool. That is so freaking cool, man. Defense started off really good, Marley. I agree. Bryce Boettcher was running around, able to bring down Williams there on that little pitch and catch to the outside. I'd say the Ducks did a great job of keeping everything in front of them, man. Did a great job of keeping everything in front of them. Tosh Gaming, sure thing, buddy. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, sir. Want to see Oregon versus Bama? Is that just because you want revenge against Kalen DeBoer? You can be honest with me now. Just let me know. Is this a Kalen DeBoer revenge game situation that you want? Is this a Kalen DeBoer revenge game? Because I kind of want it. I'll tell you that right now. Ooh, little engine that could. Ever so slowly we are growing. Christian, Michael, Vikings fan, Paula, and Mintz, thank you for hitting that sub button over on the Oregon Football Report. We are just 15 likes away from hitting that 100 like mark over on the main channel. Go hit that like button right now if you can. On the Oregon Football Report, we're closing in on 35 likes. Man, for such a small channel, that is a big number. We would really like to hit. Hit that like button. There's 45 of you hanging out with us over on the Ducks. 458 of you hanging out with us on the main stream. My math is correct, Cyril. That means 500 people hanging out with us in the building. Getting up early, recovering, maybe taking a coffee or two. Maybe a little bit of hair of the dog.
Little hair of the dog. Yeah, never hurt nobody.
No, it did not.
It honestly cures.
I agree. Like I'm not a doctor. I don't know the science behind it. It cures in my head.
Absolutely.
It cures in my head. That catch, by the way, that Johnson had in the first half was incredible. Dante Moore floats it over the defender, but not too far where someone comes in and gets absolutely smoked. Johnson's been fantastic as that tight end number 2. The Pac-2 level of pettiness should be beneath y'all. Pac-2, well, the Pac-2 is Oregon State and Washington State. What? I'm confused. What up, Greg? Go Ducks. American. I still have an Ontario Smith jersey. I love that. Ducks back out on the field. Dante Moore 5 for 6 in that first half. He's going to hand the ball off now off the left side. Nice little run there by Hill. Darier Hill for the Oregon Ducks. Darier Hill, excuse me. I always say it wrong the first time. I don't know why. I have a friend in my life, and I'm not going to say their name. I don't think I've ever gotten their name right the first time. And I've known them now for 6-7 months. That was an accident. But yes, I've known them for 6-7 months. Every single time I see him, first time, say it wrong. Every time. That's how Darier Hill is for me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. John Mateer. Shout out Wazoo. 2nd and 6 for the Ducks. Dante Moore in shotgun again. Ooh, that play was going nowhere. It was read very quickly by Texas Tech. Rodriguez, I believe. Wisniewski. Able to make a play. They were just trying to run a quick screen pass. It didn't work for the Oregon Ducks. 3rd and 10. 3rd and long. Ducks got to be ready to go on this one. Spam those threes down below in the chat. Whether you're rooting for the Red Raiders or you're rooting for the Oregon Ducks. 3rd downs are crucial. 3rd downs are crucial. Got to get someone on Bailey. Can't let that guy get free again. Got to get someone on Bailey. Nice throw. Jordon Davison. 1st down, Oregon Ducks. He runs through an arm tackle and he gets everything he wants and more. Okay, the company is being mean to me in the group chat, and I don't know if I approve or not. What's the difference between Ortner and Lanning? $13 million a year, hair, equal amount of playoff. Well, that's the same. Handoff up the middle for the Ducks. Jordon Davison, after a great first down, or a great catch to cause a first down, gets about 3 there for the Oregon Ducks. Love it. So lack of $13 million a year, hair, and lack of weird Sharpie placement. I am also stronger than him. Just want to make sure everyone knows how strong I am. Just want to make sure everyone knows. Davison is a dog, Marley. Davison is a dog, and he's only going to get better. Him and Hill. They're both young. Dante Moore back to pass. Holy cow. Dante Moore was back to pass. Bailey, from his outside linebacker defensive end position, jumps up and volleyball spikes the ball into the ground. That is incredible. He probably could have caught it. He knocks that ball down with like the middle of his armpit. 3rd down. Spam those threes. Spam those threes in the chats. Whether you're a Duck fan or a Raider fan, it's big. 3rd and 7. Dante Moore back to pass. Finds an open receiver over the middle. It's Malik Benson. He's going to be just short. Tackled down on the 50-yard line. He comes up hot. He is not happy with how he kind of got tossed around there. Not happy at all. It's 4th and 2. Lanning's looking pretty angry. I think he's going to go. Will Stein right now is bringing in a play call like they're going to go for it. The Duck offense is still on the field. Ducks are going to go for it early. Ball on the 50-yard line. This is a big deal. Moore back to pass. Looking. What an incredible ball placement. What an incredible catch. Kenyon Sadiq grabs the ball, and we've got an Oregon Duck 1st down. That's why Dante Moore is being talked about as the number 1 player in the NFL draft in 2026. That couldn't have been better coverage. Jordan is all over Sadiq. He's blanketed. Dante Moore under center. He's going to hand the ball up the middle. Going to be a gain of about 5 there for Jordon Davison, I believe. Good little run for the Oregon Ducks. Good little run. People are starting to wake up. I see it now. I see the vision. Everyone's starting to understand. 2026 is upon us. To be able to celebrate, you got to get up early. Hit that sub button. Boom! Ed Robbins. Boom! Even though you're rooting against me, sir, I will make sure that we get you up on the screen. I get you a beer. Cheers. Delayed handoff. Noah Whittington going to get the 1st down and get the Ducks inside of field goal range. Nice run for the Oregon Ducks on 2nd down. Nice run for the Oregon Ducks. 5 minutes left to go in the quarter. Dante Moore scrambling. There's a flag down on the field. He's just going to throw this one away. It's going to be holding on the Ducks. That one's going to go back. Smart move by Dante Moore. Understanding, hey, that's going to be a penalty on my left tackle. He's going to get a holding call, which he does. I'm going to make sure that I get out of the pocket and just fire this one away. In the next break in the action, Ed, we'll get you up on the screen. Don't you worry. It is on main. Yeah, oh, it should be okay. We'll get it. Let's get it. It's okay. Yes, thank you, Tosh Gaming. I appreciate it. Dante Moore, Las Vegas Raiders or New York Giants. I think the Giants are happy with who they got, Vikings fan. I think they're happy with who they got. 1st and 20 for the Ducks, well outside of field goal range. Going to be a nice handoff up the middle. Noah Whittington going to carve through for about 5. We'll just kind of have to bounce back and forth between the two, and that's okay. It'll just take extra time, and that's fine. Raiders take Mendoza, says Ed. I mean, look, I'm biased towards Dante Moore. That'll be what I say. I get why you want Mendoza, though. Very good QB. We'll see him next. Dante Moore, back to pass, looking, firing. Nice throw to the outside. Able to find his freshman receiver, Decorian Moore. Gain of about 10 on that one, setting up a 3rd and 3. Whatever team you're rooting for, type those 3s down below in the chat. Decorian Moore just about got away from Pollock on that one. Just about got away. Wow, oh wow. Dante Moore, 10 for 12 for 87 yards passing. Quack, quack. What up, producer Reed? How you doing? Happy New Year. Yes, sir. Dante Moore is going to keep it himself, unable to get the first down. It's a 4th and 1, gain of 2. Gain of 2. No worries. We'll get your super up at the timeout, Ed. And then, of course, we'll let everybody know about our good friends today, too. We got to make sure that we do that. Ducks, they're keeping the offense out on the field. Field goals aren't going to win this one. Wi-Fi. Yeah. Direct snap to Jordon Davison goes nowhere. Bad 4th down call by the Ducks. Hunter gets into the backfield for Texas Tech. I don't know about that one. I like Lanning going for it. I'm not going to jump on him too much. But man, oh man, that does hurt. That does hurt as we're going to a commercial break in this one. Ed! I got you up on the screen. What's for dinner? Roasted ducks. Raiders. I'm assuming that's Raiders for life. Cheers to you, Ed. Thank you so much. Oh, we got you, sir. That's awesome. We appreciate you, Ed. And hey, look, even though we're on opposite sides, we can still have a little fun in this one. By the way, I need to let you know about our good friends over at Prize Picks because they are the sponsor of today's video. Well, they're just some of the best people. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard, but in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops. And Prize Picks lets you take control. New feature alert! Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks. With the new social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tailor-fade our picks with just one click. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Love it. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us, making their New Year's Day something special. Hit that sub button over on the Oregon Football Report if you would. We're growing this channel ever so surely. Ever so surely. Brick by brick, that's right. We're growing it the same way you eat an elephant, Cyril. That's one bite at a time. That's one bite at a time. All right, so back out on the field are the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Able to get a nice run there are the Raiders. Going to get that to about a 2nd and 7. I'm going to keep my side guy just in case. Behren Morton and crew trying to look a little bit better than the first time. They're really going to stick to that ground game. Unable to really get anything going there. Nice play. Tatum Tuioti, Bear Alexander in the way for Dickey. Unable to really get a yard. It's 3rd down again. It's quickie. It's quick. I didn't mean quickie. 3rd and 2. Red Raiders need this one. They went 3 and out last time. Morton looking. Behren Morton can't find anyone. Brought down in the backfield. Tatum Tuioti says, whatever you do, I can do better. And they immediately show his father on the sideline. Love it. Mateo Uyungale is going to get a lot of the love from the NFL scouts, but Tatum Tuioti is a menace. He is everywhere. Behren Morton had nowhere to go. Nowhere to go in that one. 4th and 20, the Red Raiders are going to punt from their own 3-yard line. Called for the fair catch is Malik Benson. Ducks going to get the ball right around their own 35-yard line. Ducks have been in clear control of this matchup. Clear control in this matchup. But we saw it last night. Ty Man the Buckeye can attest. The Oregon Ducks might be starting out quick, just like the Miami Hurricanes did. But what happened in that second half? Ohio State woke up. Eventually, Texas Tech is going to wake up. When will they wake up? Be interesting to see. Here's Dante Moore's stat line from the first half. Aside from that sack on that first drive, end up forcing the Ducks to kick a field goal, he's been damn near perfect. He threw one ball away because there was going to be a penalty. He's been damn near perfect. I've been very impressed with some of the throws that he's had today. Found Johnson over the middle to keep a drive going on a big 3rd down. Also did a fantastic job of finding Kenyon Sadiq, where he is in blanket coverage. Throw it in a spot where only his guy can get it, and his guy does go and get it. Very, very impressive from the tight end. By the way, here is Sadiq's stat line. 3 receptions. Now, it's only for 17 yards, but I'll tell you right now, 3 or 4 of those, depending on how many yards they gave him for that first down catch, they were huge. Absolutely huge.
And if you can get this production for 4 quarters, you're looking at a heck of a stat line. I mean, that's only through 1 quarter. I mean, for a tight end,
right?
Not bad.
That'd be 12 and 80 or whatever, essentially.
Exactly.
That's a pretty darn good stat line. Pretty darn good stat line. Tosh asks, who you got for the Alabama-Indiana game? I think I lean Indiana, but it would be fun to get a Kalen DeBoer, Dan Lanning matchup again. I do think that could be very fun. I think that could be very, very fun. All right now we got 1,000 people hanging out with us over on our main channel. We have 60 people hanging out with us on the Oregon Football Report. First of all, thank you to everyone who made their New Year's Day part of ours, joining in with us, letting us be a part of your New Year's Day is probably the better way to say that. If you love Oregon Ducks football, or if you just like West Coast football, you're like me, you say, hey, West Coast Will, he's always talking about what's going on over there in the left coast college football landscape. You can come on over, hit that sub button, just like Duke Dash, D1 sell the team. I love that. Z-Man, Christian Malley, and Michael. Thank you guys so much for hitting that sub button as well. I do need to say this, though. We're 7 likes away from 50 on Ducks, and we are 50 likes away from 200 over on the main channel. Main channel, there's 1,000 of you guys hanging out. Go hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up. Back in action, Dante Moore has nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Sacked immediately by Height. Oh, man. World is getting his world rocked today. That's the second sack he's given up. That is bad. That is bad for the Oregon Ducks. That's the second sack that they've given up, and I can't blame Dante Moore for it. He didn't hold on to the ball too long. He didn't have enough time to hold on to it. Dante Moore gets the ball out quickly to Malik Benson. They're going to get some back, but it's still going to be a third and very, very long for the Oregon Ducks. Third and very, very long for the Oregon Ducks. Dude, they're going to keep them in this game. Holy cow. Holy cow. I also didn't realize this game is going to be played at Hard Rock. The national championship will be played at Hard Rock as well. That's crazy. That's crazy. Dante Moore in the shotgun, 3rd and 14. He's going to take some time. He's going to scramble. Nothing really going there. He tries to put someone in the spin cycle. Unfortunately, he spins like my grandfather does, a.k.a. unable to get away from Rodriguez. Great tackle there by, top 3 defensive player in college football this year? Top 3 minimum. I think that's a fair task there. 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. Oregon unable to get the first down there. I do want you to grade how the Ducks look so far against Texas Tech. Everyone can vote on this, and then we'll have a conversation as well about how it's been going for Texas Tech. Let us know in the comment section. Grade the Ducks against Texas Tech, A, B, C, D, or F. If you are a Red Raiders fan, give us your grades as well. I'm seeing a D, an F. Skull Vikings fan says B. I think that's probably a little bit more appropriate. I'm seeing Lazy say B. Anthony says B+. I think that's more of an appropriate grade for the Oregon Ducks. Defensively, you've been lights out. No one's really getting anything. No one's really gaining any yards on the ground. You've gotten to Behren Morton now. I will say offensively, you've gotten some drives going. It doesn't look like you're going to have time to take that big play, that big shot, because unfortunately, this Texas Tech Red Raiders defense is able to get to you. Now, if you're a Red Raiders fan, grade that first half for yourself and your team. How well have the Red Raiders been playing? I did see Jeff Schwartz says better than Ohio State. Well, that's just twisting the knife there, sir. You're just twisting that knife.
How would you grade out the Ducks so far, Ortner?
I think I give the Ducks a B. Yeah. I think that's a fair spot to put them in. I will say that if you would have asked me about 15 minutes earlier, it would have been closer to an A-. Just not being able to finish in the end zone is big. But I also think that it's important to it's all good. I think it's important to note that the last drive or so, this Red Raiders defense is starting to really get clicking. And that is scary and that is terrifying. When it comes to the Red Raiders, I would give them more of a C+. Defensively, I think you played very well. Dante Moore had to make a couple of perfect passes to get the Oregon offense where they wanted to be and where they needed to be on some of those third downs. But I will say that the Red Raider defense has been more than fantastic. They've done a great job of shutting down a lot of what this Oregon offense kind of wants to do. The first 2 drives, scripted 10 to 15 for the Ducks, and Will Stein looked really good. Haven't looked quite as good since. Also, Rodriguez starting to kind of show his head. David Bailey's a freak. I don't know how you stop that kid. We're back in action. 4th and 6. Ducks lined up to punt in maybe the weirdest punt formation I've ever seen. Still get it away. They had one guy in the middle, the snapper, and then everyone else was lined up on the edge. I don't know that I love that. Make sure that you stick around with us on the main channel all day long. Cyril and I will be here for the Alabama-Indiana game as well. And then after us, you'll see Harrison and Cullen. They will be doing our broadcast for the Sugar Bowl, a.k.a. Ole Miss Georgia Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Great number right now of viewers on the Duck channel, 74. Best number in the world. Yes, that was my football number. Yes, that was my football number. Handoff up the middle for Tech. Going to get about 3 yards on that run. Cameron Dickey not really able to get too much going. Bryce Boettcher there again. A whole flock of Ducks came up with the tackle. Time of possession really favoring Oregon. Texas Tech has gone 3 and out. 2 drives in a row. They got to find a way to get a first down here. Marley, I would not be shocked if Dan Lanning pulled out a fake punt at some point. Morton back to pass. He's got pressure in his face. Pretty quickly picked. It's picked. The Oregon Ducks trick Behren Morton. Finney Jr., what a play. Turnover, Oregon. They've got the offense heading back out on the field. What a great play by the Ducks. Morton had to get rid of that ball quickly. Mateo Uyunglele is in his face. This Red Raiders offense is struggling. Spam those TOs in the chat. Oregon's defense did come alive. They are alive. Ooh, good to see Trey McNutt out on the field. I did not hear about Chris Olave. What happened to Chris Olave? Behren Morton looking confused. Ducks have to get in the end zone here. 3 isn't good enough. They're having the ball starting on the 33-yard line of Tech. 3's not good enough. Got to get into the end zone. Dante Moore with a handoff up the middle. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Here's our main chat sports channel. Hit that sub button. Don't miss out. We've got college football videos. I don't know if it's every day, but it's pretty darn close. It feels like every day, I'll tell you that. Got some great stuff. Transfer portal opens tomorrow. Where are all the top players going to go? We'll let you know. It's tomorrow, January 2nd. It's like 2nd to the 15th. Ooh, Dante Moore fumbles. He's able to get back on it, luckily for the Ducks. Oh, boy, that was almost disastrous. That was almost disastrous, but now the Ducks are out of field goal range. Simple RPO with Jordon Davison. Moore just bounces it off his hip. Moore just bounces that ball off his hip. That's simple. Big third down. Ball on about the 40-yard line of Texas Tech. Not setting up good for the Ducks. You went from being in easy field goal range to now you're out of field goal range. Dante Moore back to pass. Has an open receiver who's not looking for him. It was Kenyon Sadiq. Miscommunication there by both the wide receiver and the tight end. If Sadiq just sits down, he's found an open gap. That's the problem. Sadiq's still running the wheel route like he needs to go deep. Dante Moore thinks he's going to sit down in the coverage. He needs to sit down. Ooh, Chris Olave blood clots. That's no good. Brutal. You force a turnover and you don't get any points from it. And you started in field goal range. Brutal for the Ducks. Going to punt this one away. Try and pin Texas Tech deep. They are going to do it. Nice job. Ball gets blocked. Austin able to pick it up. Texas Tech's going to start that drive right around the 10-yard line. %. Well, he's trying to float it in between the gaps of the zone there. And it's not a bad idea. I don't hate it. But I think it could have been... We could have played that one a little better. I think that's the way to approach that. We could have played that one a little bit better. So here's the team comps right now so far for, of course. We'll get to that in just a moment. I will tell you this, though, right now, it's not going well for the Red Raiders and whatever they're trying to do offensively. Nothing really going. Only a yard. The time of possession, they've only had it for 3 minutes, leaving that defense out on the field. And the defense is playing extremely well right now. 2 drives back-to-back that they've shut down for the Ducks. Oregon was able to get 2 drives where they get into Red Raider territory. But you got to think that if the Ducks continue to control the time of possession this way, the Texas Tech is going to falter. They are going to make mistakes. They are going to have miscues. If you're the Oregon Ducks, I think you kind of like where you're at. I think you like where you're at. Also, quick game. AZ says Oregon started hot, seems to have lost their edge. I think it's possible. Happy New Year, Jake. I think it's possible that Texas Tech has kind of woken up a little bit. 3 likes away over on Ducks from 50. 20 likes away on our main channel from 200 likes. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. I'm trying to grow this thing as quick as humanly possible. Hit that like button. Wow, oh wow. We almost have more views on Ducks than we did. Yes, that's right. Reminder about the Super Chat menu. You send in a $5, we do a beer cheers. We already had a couple guys send those in. One over on Ducks and one over on our main chat. Shout out to everyone who sent in their supers. We appreciate that. Shout out to Tosh Gaming. That was awesome. Back on the field now. Handoff up the middle for Texas Tech. Not much really doing there. Only going to be a gain of 3 or so. Not much going there. Only going to be a gain of 3 or so. Hey, great year. That's when I started high school. 2nd and 8 for Texas Tech. Nice. Oh, Bryce Boettcher missed a tackle. And we are off and rolling. Texas Tech has a huge gain on 2nd down. What a run there by Williams. Bryce Boettcher and Tatum Tuioti had him in the backfield. William breaks away, breaks a tackle. After I said that Bryce Boettcher doesn't miss tackles this year, he misses one there. Excuse me, that was Amari Washington. And he gets gone. Dylan Thieneman gives chase, able to force Williams out. Man, Boettcher, he had his angle wrong. He came across face. You can't come across your face there. Is this what's going to be done to get Texas Tech rolling? Behren Morton says no as he spikes a ball into the turf. Is that going to be enough to wake up this Texas Tech offense? That's the one thing you couldn't do if you're the Ducks. You can't give away big play explosives. Can't give away big play explosives. Yes, sir. Behren Morton gets a quick screen pass. They're spamming the Williams button right now. Spamming it. Only going to be a gain of 3. Mateo Uyunglele, first Duck to get there. Spam those 3s. AZ, I think we're a little negative right now, brother. Or a little positive. One big play and they will win. Brother, it's the 2nd quarter and there's 11 minutes left. One big play is huge for them, that's for sure. Ducks don't send any pressure. Ball tipped up in the air. Oh! Unable to come away with what would have been an incredible interception there by Mixon. Behren Morton just trying to get the slant out quickly. Defensive lineman gets his hands up in the air, tips the ball high. Wow. I don't know that they would have gotten the first down. In another shocking development, a throw to Williams. Oh, that hit him in the face. Mixon gets his hands up, really just hits the ball off the face. 54-yard attempt now for Stone Harrington. Duck fans should understand that last name, although I don't think there's a relation. Stone Harrington's kick is up, and it is wide. Wide left. Ducks are able to escape. Not giving up points there. Still 3-0 Oregon. Still 3-0 Oregon. That is why. Clearly just trying to overkick it. That's all Harrington's doing there. That tells me he doesn't quite have the leg. You ever, Cyril, you big golf guy? Okay, so I'm a big golf guy. You can tell when I know that it's too far for my 7-iron, but too short for my 6. When I ramp it up with that 7-iron, I really try and get into a ball. That ball goes hard left just like that. Just overswinging. Overswinging. Ducks going to have the ball, and another errant snap. Dante Moore luckily brings it in, gets the ball out to Kenyon Moore. He gets tackled for a loss of 3, and they're lucky it was only a loss of 3. How does Dante Moore not? I mean, it's not a great snap, but it hits him in a spot where he should catch that football. He did from Bailey. Shocker. Instantly play blown dead. Ducks are going backwards. We might have an all-time defensive battle in Florida. We might have an all-time defensive battle in Florida. They're saying Kenyon Moore was the false startee. Yeesh. Yeesh, yeesh, yeesh. Both teams do, personally. Hit that like button. Dante Moore gets the ball out quickly. Hill unable to make a man miss. Going to be a gain of 3 or so on that left side. 3rd and long again for the Oregon Ducks. Jeff, yes. Yes, Jeff. 3rd and long. Spam those 3s. Spam those 3s. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate your help, man. Like the video and sub. 1 like away from 50 on Ducks. Dante Moore back to pass. Nothing really doing. Finds his tight end Johnson over the middle. He's not going to be able to get that first down, but he does get a solid gain there. Ducks are set up now on 4th down. They're going to have to punt. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. 4th and 3. It's a smart decision. Punt this ball away. Punt this ball away. Wow, what a great fake. Found Tatum to Ioti down the sideline. 1st down, Ducks. Spam those 1s. Who in the chat was right? Who called it? Was it Marley? Marley, did you call that? What a great fake there by the Ducks. But that's Dan Lanning, man. That is Dan Lanning. He is not afraid to go for it. The Ducks have already gone for it 3 times now on 4th down in this one. Holy cow. Ballsy call. I frickin' love it. AZ Mers, get in the Duck chat, man. I've seen you enough. Marley says, I told you. Shout out to Marley. You were right, man. You were right. We're going to go to a commercial break on this one. I think that's the perfect time, Cyril, for us to tell them about our good friends. Now, it's the new year. And while I do get older, when you get older, you kind of lose some of your friends. And that happens. But every once in a while, you find some new friends. And I found some new friends because this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops. And PrizePicks lets you take control. New feature alert! PrizePicks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on PrizePicks with the new social feeds feature. You can share PrizePicks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow PrizePicks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Boy, oh boy. Is it good to be a Duck fan right now? Is it good to be a Duck fan right now? AZ, join the Duck chat, man. You know where to go. You know where to go. By the way, I'm going to put that link here in the description. Slater! There's that PrizePicks link. Slater with the big boom! We'll get you up here on the channel in just one moment. Just one moment, my good sir. Wow, oh, wow. That's no worries. No worries, Slater. We're going to get you up here in just a moment. It does take a little bit, and that's okay. That is just okay. We'll get you up here in just one moment. Make sure that you know that you're part of the crew and that we're happy to have you here. Man, oh man, is that fantastic. That is stinking awesome. We're getting back into the action now. Ducks, they're walking out. Coming up with their game plan. Be careful on it. You see what I'm saying? Or I guess you will see. That's Dante Moore's stat line so far in this first half. Getting a little bit of life. A little extra life right now are the Ducks. Handoff, right side. Nice little run for Hill. Going to be a gain of 3. Nothing incredible, but nothing bad either. Nothing incredible, but nothing bad either. Just look at read it. See what I'm saying? Okay. We'll do it quick. Pitch to the outside. Nothing going again for Hill. Nothing going again for Hill. That is unfortunate. Slater! Let's go, Ducks, sir! Let's go, Ducks! I'll get your beer cheers and get a little bit of that chug going. Silly me, left the shot glass at home, so I'm gonna give I'll give an extra chug. I'll do a twofer. I did chugs earlier for the other two. I'll do a twofer for you, my good sir. Don't you worry about it. Shout out to Slater, man. That's freaking awesome. That is awesome. 3rd and 10 for the Ducks. Long way to go. Not going to get the first down is Gary Bryant Jr., but he is going to come up with a catch of about 4. They are not in range for an Atticus Appington kick there. That is not the range for him. So I will be interested. So clearly the Ducks are going to go for it. They have the offense back out on the field. They are not afraid to go for it. Dante Moore in the shotgun. He's got time. Finds an open Noah Whittington. First down, Ducks. Type those ones down below. Wow, oh, wow. Ducks keep going. Wow, oh, wow. Searle. I'm sending you a picture for the second half. Cool. And then we can show that before we go into the second. Perfect. Perfect. Ducks are just outside of that Prize Picks red zone. 2nd and 8, Dante Moore taking a shot into the sun. Oh my goodness, did Malik Benson get his foot in bounds? Yes, he did. What a throw. What a catch on the sidelines. Malik Benson, only a spot where he could get it. Did Dante Moore throw that ball? Holy cow. He got 1 foot in, hand underneath. That ball doesn't move. What a throw. What a catch. And the Ducks try to hurry up, and they get absolutely smashed on their first down play. By the way, the Ducks are in the Prize Picks red zone. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Have to. Hit that sub button over on the Oregon Football Report, please. Ball on the 10-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Davison runs through an arm tackle or two. Unable to get into the end zone, but he's going to be brought down on that 2-yard line. The Ducks are marching. 80 of you in the Oregon Football Report, hit that like button. Handoff up the middle. Jordon Davison brought down on the line of scrimmage. Oh, boy. What do we do? What's up, the meme god? What do we do? Lanning seems to want to go for it. It's 4th down. Ball on the 2-yard line. You've ran the ball all 3 plays. Texas Tech is great defensively. Ducks are going to go. You're 2 for 3 on the day so far. You're 2 for 3 on the day so far. Looks like there's a timeout on the field. As Lanning is talking to the referees right now. Texas Tech's the one who called it. So both teams have burned a timeout. I think they're going to go. Let me know what you think the Ducks should do in the chat right now. If it's go for it, type G. If it's kick, type K.
You got to wonder, though, with how well their defense has been playing.
Yeah, like there's a part of me that says, hey, like you take away that one Williams long run, you're doing just fine.
I mean, Tech had more yards in that one run than they've had the entire game. They had 3 yards before that 50-yard run.
So true. Well, and that's the thing. Like, literally, Tech has 1 play. They have 1 play, and that's it. I'm seeing Skull Vikings fans say G. Thomas K says G. Jacob, Dry Toast, and the meme god, they're saying kick. Which is super funny because if you know, like Lanning, he ain't kicking. 100%. He ain't kicking. Ooh, now would be a great time where we could show that photo. It's all good. All right, I'm seeing some down below in the chat. Jake says to go for it in the main chat. Christmas elf lights. Hey, love you too. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Shout out. That's awesome. I love it. We got some of the best fans in the business, man. Some of the best fans in the business. That's stinking awesome. That is stinking awesome. All good. These dang bots. Love it. All right, real quick. So, the cool thing about Prize Picks, you can do plays in the second half. Here's what I got. Dickey less on his rush yards. Dante Moore less on his passing in the second half. And Kenyon Sadiq more on his receiving yards second half. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. All right. Ducks offense is out on the field. They're going to go for it. Dante Moore in the shotgun. They roll him out. He's looking, searching, unable to find anyone. Guess who? David Bailey with his second knockdown of the game. Oh. Ball's going to be on the 2-yard line for Tech. He jumps up and just volleyball swats this down again. And there wasn't really anybody open for Dante to throw to. Yes, you can. If you're a Tech fan, I guess you can type this. If you're a Duck fan, you cannot. If you're a Duck fan and you type this, I will be upset with you. I will be upset with you. Yeah, no, that's a huge stop. You have 2 4th-down stops where if the Ducks just kick field goals, they would be up, but that's not the way that Dan Lanning plays, so you can't play Monday morning quarterback. Nice run up the middle for Dickey. Going to be a gain of 4. AZ Merce hit the nail on the head. This feels like UW in that first UW game. Behren Morton back to throw, searching for a receiver on the sidelines, unable to bring it down inbounds. Trying to catch on that right sideline or left sideline if you're the Ducks. It was the 2023 UW game. Hashtag Go Ducks. 3rd and 6. For Texas Tech. Behren Morton back to throw from his end zone. Finds an open receiver. They're going to get the first down. Needed 6, got 7. Boy, oh boy. Yes, they are. Shout out to Christian, by the way. Thank you for following me. And thank you for that post, man. That's awesome. Christian, shout out to you. That's so cool. Cyril, he put the link to our stream. On Twitter. Christian. Christian's the man, dude.
Shout out to Christian.
Shout out to
real
Christian.
One. Appreciate the love.
That's awesome. Texas Tech trying to throw the ball on first down. They weren't able to complete it. Now they're trying to run it on second down with Dickey. And again, nowhere to go. Finney Jr. making another great play at that cornerback spot. Another 3rd down. Type those 3s. And hit the sub button. Subscribe to both of our channels. Morton's in the shotgun on a 3rd and 9. Another 3rd and long. Ducks send pressure. Don't get there. He's able to find an open receiver. Thieneman brings him down, but not before the Red Raiders get a first down of their own. Too much of a shell coverage there by the Ducks. They're in the position, but when you bring pressure, you better get there. Texas Tech going quick. Dickey fumbles. Finney Jr. comes down with it. Bryce Boettcher forces the fumble. I can't raise my arms because I have a sweat stain. Great job, Oregon. We got another turnover. What a fumble. This Ducks defense has come to play. Bryce Boettcher with the peanut punch. That's clearly on the ground. Oh my goodness. It's a battle of the defenses. We got a defensive battle in Miami. Miami. Lanning is fired up. He's redder than the orange. Do you know how red you got to be redder than orange? You got to be pretty dang red. Although he does say that the grass is greener. No flag, sir. Duck ball inside of the 30. You have to get in the end zone here. Have to. Dante Moore finds Malik Benson on the edge. He's going to get 8. You're closing in on that 2-minute timeout, and the Red Raiders get the ball to start. Remember, the Red Raiders get the ball to start. Second half. Dante Moore, he was hustling up. I think the Ducks are going to let this go to the 2-minute timeout. And they are. And they are. Holy cow, what a turn of events. 2 turnovers by Texas Tech. You have to get points on this one if you're the Ducks. Because you have not. You have not gotten points. You have to get points here. Every time. It's so funny to me. Yeah. I don't know why. Interesting. Oregon has dominated this game everywhere but the scoreboard. They have 20 minutes of time of possession to Texas Tech 7. They have over 100 more yards than Texas Tech. And the Ducks have 3 points. You forced 2 turnovers. Both in Texas Tech side of the field. Both. But you haven't come away with the points. Only 1 field goal. Oregon has to get in the end zone. Oregon has to get into the end zone. That's okay. Have to get into the end zone here. I've been very impressed. Make sure you hit that sub button if you haven't. Make sure you hit that sub button on our live main channel. Guess what we're trying to get to? We're trying to get to that 426,000 mark. We're getting close. If you want college football news all 2026 long, we got you. All you got to do is hit that sub button. Cool part is, it's free. It's free, it's free, it's free. Oh, that's right. I said I owed a big chug. A little bit of the bubbly. A little bit of watermelon in the morning. Wake you up. A little bit of watermelon in the morning, Cyril, to wake you up. Nothing better, man. Nothing better. Ducks have just not finished on 4th down in the red zone. The Prize Picks red zone, I might add. The 2 turnovers are huge, but the Ducks need to get into the end zone. Have to take advantage of them. Right now, the Ducks aren't taking advantage of those turnovers. Behren Morton's stat line looks like ass. That's also the correct statistical analysis. You're 3 for 5 right now on 4th downs, but both of the times that you haven't gotten them, it's been in the low red zone where you need them most. Handoff, left side, Noah Whittington, only going to get 1. 3rd and 1. Cheers, Jake. There are 2 Ducks outside of the meme god's house. This is a sign, Cyril. This is a sign. Ducks go, hurry up. It was not a sign. Noah Whittington had nowhere to go. He gets absolutely stuffed at the line of scrimmage. When Texas Tech needed them most, the defense has showed up in a big way. In a big way. Ooh, interesting. David Bailey's helmet popped off. So he's going to have to go out for a play. Ducks tried to catch him lacking. The problem with the Ducks trying to catch Texas Tech lacking is I don't think that the Ducks are in full communication on where they need to be. Now, here's the question. Does David Bailey's helmet going off make you more likely to go for it? Doesn't look like it. It is 5 o'clock somewhere, Jake. Yeah. I actually do think this is the smart move by the Ducks. Kick the field goal here. It's a 39-yard attempt. If you make it, and Texas Tech goes down, because Texas Tech's going to get the ball now twice before you get an opportunity to get the ball again. More than likely. So if the Ducks have the opportunity to get some points here, hey, there's my old coach, Zach Tinker. Yeah. It's my old offensive coordinator. He's a special teams coach for the Ducks. He will be the special teams coordinator for the Cal Bears. Yep. Old offensive coordinator. Yeah. Football is, you'd be shocked at where some of the guys end up. You'd be shocked. You would be shocked. It's all about who you know. One of those professions. Tell you that. As long as you know, you just need to know enough. You just need to know enough. Hit that sub button over on the Oregon Football Report. We've got all kinds of college football content coming out for you guys you don't want to miss. 82 people hanging out with us over there, by the way. 864 people hanging out with us right now on our main channel. That's really freaking cool, man. That's really freaking cool. Marley says, stop running the football in the red zone. Kind of got you down there. Yeah. Yeah, and I actually like the play call because it gives Moore a chance to run if he wants to. Kick is up, and it is good. Atticus Sappington. Harry Potter himself puts that one through. I can't remember who here at Chat Sports said it to me, but I came in, and someone was like, what kind of Harry Potter ass name is Atticus Sappington? And nothing's made me laugh harder. Type those FGs. Let's go. Type those FGs in the chat, man. That's freaking awesome. That is freaking awesome. Right now, Ducks dominating time of possession. They've got 14 more minutes of time of possession, but only have 2 field goals. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem in the long run for the Ducks. Oh, hit one button too many. I put this out over on Twitter. If you haven't had an opportunity to, you can go and follow me there. I'll put this into each chat. Oh. Ducks getting ready to kick off. Ooh, I'm putting it in right now. You're all good. You're all good. Oh, no worries. It's actually just at Will Ortner. That is the beauty of me. Is I'm pretty simple. Because they know that I wouldn't be able to figure it out if they made it more difficult. If they made my username more difficult, I wouldn't be able to figure it out. Pretty darn good day from Dante Moore. And the sacks, those aren't his fault. Isaiah World got worked twice. Dude, it's step. Oh, there he is. Step, there he is. Behren Morton's trying to get the ball out quickly. Oh, my goodness, he almost threw his second interception of the day. Texas Tech, aside from one run, has done nothing. By the way, yeah, that's going to be me all day today. Welcome to the show, boys and girls. Saying I don't work hard. What's up? Best of all, kids, I am liquid. 2nd and 10. Texas Tech tried to run a screen pass. Mateo Uyunglele read it perfectly. They still are able to get the ball caught and out of Behren Morton's hands. Going to be a gain of 4 or so. Be interesting to see here. Ducks aren't going to call a timeout. I was wondering if Lanning might try and call a timeout or two. He is an aggressive player. He's an aggressive coach. 3rd and 5 here. If the Ducks get a stop and Texas Tech is tackled inbounds, you might see the Ducks call a timeout and try and take a shot if they can. Morton in the shotgun, back to pass. Ducks not really getting too much pressure on him. He's scrambling around. Welcome to Mateo Uyunglele. Tatum Tuioti says, nah, sir, I'm going to get there first. comes up with a tackle. I don't think they're going to give him a sack because Morton fell past the line of scrimmage, and now the Ducks use their second timeout. The Ducks are going to have one timeout and 43 seconds left to try and get into field goal range here, or to try and get into the end zone. This is a great play call, great decision by Dan Lanning. 100%. Defense comes up with a big stop. The Duck defense looks like all they did was get their butt chewed after that JMU game. Because they're getting that fixed right now. They're clearly getting that fixed right now. Yeah. Unfortunately, the armpit sweat stains are just going to have to be seen. I'm going to have to adjust from time to time, and this is what it is, man. We're fighting a losing battle, and you know what? Toughest battles, strongest soldiers. We party on. We party on. Texas Tech's punt team's going to come out. Punt is away. Malik Benson going to call for the fair catch ball on the Oregon Ducks 21-yard line. That time is correct. Just letting people know. Well, it's 5 seconds. I know. I'm defending you. I am defending you. I'm defending you, Searle. Searle, I'd die for you. I'd die for Dan Lanning. I don't know that I'd kill for you, but I would die for you. Right? I don't know that there's many that I'd kill for. I would die for many, though. Oregon's offense coming back out onto the field. Ball on the 22-yard line. They gave him an extra yard. Dante Moore is going to sling it. He has an open receiver on the sidelines. Finds Malik Benson. Malik Benson runs out of bounds. Congrats. You gave up the first down, though. Maddie, Clinton, Duke, D1, Z-Man, thank you guys so much for hitting that sub button. And he had time to run out of bounds, but stay past that first down marker, which I wish he would have done. Now, the nice thing is about getting out of bounds, that clock is going to completely stop and give the Ducks time to go into that huddle. Remember, the clock does stop for the chains to reset on first downs. Dante Moore back to pass. Little fake bubble screen. Nice throw to the outside. Great catch by DeCorian Moore. Ducks are going to have to get on this one, though, because Moore did not get out of bounds. You don't want to use the timeout here. As soon as the chains reset, that clock will run. Dante Moore back to pass. He's operating quickly. Throwing on the run. Great throw. Found an open tight end. It's Johnson. First down, Oregon, and he gets out of bounds. Keep marching. Keep spamming those ones. Dude, on the run. Dot. On the run, over a defender, but in front of another, just layering that ball with enough strength to get there before the defense does. Oh, no. Ball snapped away. Moore just has to dive on it. Ducks are going to call a timeout here, I would think. They're not doing it. And now they just did. That is a 100% on Poncho. That's a horrible snap. He left it way low. What is he doing? The offensive line has been less than stellar for the Ducks. Hit that sub button. If you're over on the Oregon Football Report, hit that sub button. 109 of you hanging out with us. That's big numbers for the channel. There's 922 of you hanging out with us on the main channel. Hit that sub button. If you do, you'll be able to have a convo with us in the chat as well as, well, guess what? You're going to get a lot of college football content. We got football content, college football that is, coming out today. We're going to be live for all the games. So hit that sub button to help you keep yourself there. Shane. I'm confused on that. Shout out to Jake, man, helping us in the chat. Real one. 11 yards here. So you basically got to throw to the sideline, or if you're going to take a shot, you better take a shot for that first down. It's 2nd and 23. Dante Moore scrambling, getting away from pressure, throwing back across his body. That ball's going to get caught. The problem is the Ducks are going to run out of time because of the bad snap. That's just going to be a stat patter there. Johnson makes another big catch. There is a flag on the field. It's holding on the offense, so it's not going to matter. If I'm Texas Tech, I accept it. Clock ran out. Oh. No, Shane, they're just getting their butt kicked, man. Although that bad snap's a complete mental error. It's a holding penalty on the Ducks. If I'm Texas Tech, I would just decline this. No, because it goes to halftime. Time's run out. Yeah, Bailey is working world. Although he did better there. The holding was on that right side, which totally, 100%. It looks like that might be what they're doing. Why? It can't end on a defensive penalty. It can definitely end on an offensive, I think. Am I stupid on that? They accepted the penalty, did the Texas Tech Red Raiders. I don't totally understand that. But, okay. I guess I'll shut my mouth. And the Ducks, that's exactly what's going to happen. Ducks are going to take a knee. I don't understand that one. I don't understand that one. And I'm trying to go and find an answer right now for you. Ducks take a knee. Red Raiders are going to have the ball to start the second half. Mers, the ball is at the halftime locker room. Dan Lanning giving an interview with Katie George. He looks a little bit frustrated there. Looks a little bit frustrated. All right, grade the half for the Ducks. And then we'll do the same thing with Texas Tech. Let us know what your thoughts are. Ducks do a good job, do a bad job, A, B, C, D, or F. Cheers, Jake. Yeah, Beyond PDX agrees with us. We know ball, Cyril. We know ball. We know ball. C- because of the defense, says Thomas K. Anthony says A+. You do have the victory. Or not victory, the lead. Defense. Marley says C, but it's because of the offense. So the defense has been playing so well. Marley says, hey, that's a great performance, but because of what the offense is doing, it's kind of taken some of it away. Not getting both fourth downs could be huge for the Ducks. Could be huge for the Ducks. Let's see. Ty Man says a B. Don't hate that. Skull says B. I'm seeing a lot of B's and C's. Cyril, where are you at in this one? What do you think? And then I'll give my opinion, and then we'll do the same thing for Texas Tech.
I would say B-.
Yeah.
You got to like how the defense is holding up so far, but that offense, just shooting themselves in the foot multiple times. You got 3 penalties for 25 yards. Fortunate that you didn't turn the ball over. Dante had a throw that was pretty much in triple coverage. Could have been a pick 6, honestly.
Yeah.
Those bad snaps, just setting the offense back. Self-inflicted wounds, just killing Oregon right now. If you're a Texas Tech fan, you got to be pretty happy being only down 6 at halftime. This could be
100%.
much worse.
100%. If you're Texas Tech, the offense looked like crap. To only be down 6 is huge. I'd give the Ducks a B-, and it is because of the offense, and it's really the offense and what they're doing in the Prize Picks red zone. Because when the offense is clicking, they've been doing great. But for whatever reason, when this offense seems to get in that Prize Picks red zone, they just kind of disappear. And that has been unfortunate. That has been very unfortunate. No worries. No worries, sir. No worries. Yes, sir, Jake. That's actually a lot of Cyril, by the way. It's a lot of Cyril, Jake. Handling those bots. Shout out to Cyril. Doing a fantastic job. Doing a great job. I will tell you what, sometimes I do see myself on these and just was like, man, what face am I making? All right, so here's a closer look at each team so far in the half. 6 points for the Ducks, 0 for Texas Tech. Ducks have been absolutely dominant on the offensive side in the fact that they are dominating time of possession. They are dominating turnovers, although they are lucky with the turnovers that probably should have happened for the Ducks that haven't happened. They're dominating in yards. The issue is they're not dominating in third down, and they're not dominating on the scoreboard. That's it. Texas Tech, if this was 14-0, this game would feel a hell of a lot more secure. But it isn't. And the Ducks and the Red Raiders have to be aware of that. And if I'm the Red Raiders, you got to figure out something offensively. Because aside from that Williams breakaway run, you haven't done jack S. You haven't done jack S. Aside from that run and that drive, I don't think you have a first down. Maybe 1 or 2. 3. And 2 of them are probably on that drive. I think there was 1 more that they got. That's right. Let us know down below in the comment section how you feeling, Red Raider fans. A, B, C, D, or F for your performance today. Let me know in the comment section what you're thinking. Donald says Texas Tech sucks. EJ says it's a B. Don't hate that. Someone said Tech's offense would put up 500 yards. Yeah, people did say that. People are dumb. Steve Mariucci said that Max Brosmer was going to get like 1,000 yards or whatever. 400 yards against the Seahawks. Steve Mariucci's dumb. Jake says C-. Yeah, I think defensively you have to be happy with what you're doing in the red zone and the Prize Picks red zone. But I do think that offensively it's been atrocious. Slater! Boom! You're going to make me finish my beer, sir. Slater! What's up, man? That's awesome. They're doing the halftime show from the Rose Bowl. It's wet and rainy. It's wet and rainy in Pasadena. That's shocking. I am shocked right now. Slater. Boom! Thoughts on the OSU Miami game. So, Searle, I want to jump to your thoughts first, and then I will share mine. I do owe you a beer cheer, so I'll finish that while Searle gives his thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone would agree that Ohio State was the favorite going into that. And quite honestly, sort of a choke job on Ohio State's part. Yeah. I think they were the favorite to win it all. And I don't know if they were just overlooking Miami, but Miami played a hell of a game. Also, shout out to Marty Brown, Miami's running back. He went to my high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So shout out Marty Brown.
Shout out to Marty.
Former North Dakota State Bison.
Oh, really? Back. Did he win a natty and then transfer up?
I don't know if he won a natty, but he did win the Jerry Rice Award in FCS, which is
the Heisman. Yeah.
Or is it their Heisman. Top freshman or something, I think. Or
it's Walter Payton is their Heisman. Yeah. That's what it is.
But he won top freshman of the year
in
the FCS. So hats off to him for making a big jump. But really, Ohio State just disappointed in what they showed last night. They just never looked comfortable. And hats off to Miami. They controlled the line of scrimmage.
100%.
Especially late in the game when they needed to. Milk that clock, and then they got that late touchdown to really seal the deal.
Well, you know what? I just thought about this. I'll send this to you. So, Slater, boots on the ground. Your boy was at the game. I'm going to send this over to Searle. We'll see if we can get it in the pictures. Because I took a picture. I was in the rafters. Your boy was way, way up there. I sent it. Oh, I sent it to myself. I'm an idiot. I'm sending it to you right now, Searle. So I was there. I'll tell you this. I guess here. I know what I have to do. I'll get it to you here in a sec, and we'll show it. We'll show it during this halftime. What I will say about it, Slater, is I was very impressed with the line of scrimmage domination that Miami clearly had. And you knew it from the very beginning. Ruben Bain, if he's not the best defensive player, it's Rodriguez over here in this game, then he's number 2. I don't care how short his arms are. That guy is a freak. He is so effing good. And just the plays he was able to make. Like, I was there with the special lady friend who, like, don't get me wrong, she likes sports. She knows ball. She knows ball. I would not say that she's going to be able to go into a game and diagnose the ins and outs of what every team is doing. That's just not something that's going to be in her repertoire. And it shouldn't be. Right? I will say that the very first thing she said to me, and it was very quickly, was, oh my goodness, the Miami team is so much more physical. Miami won that game with physicality. Now, I don't know if Miami is good enough to win 2 more games like that. I just don't know. It's Mario Cristobal. You know, how often does that guy make mistakes? How often have we seen that guy find a way to F it up? I mean, I said it earlier today, but the text literally to my father, and that'll be for the late game, the one I just sent you. So no need to rush on that. What I will say, Slater, is I was impressed with Miami's ability to just take what Ohio State was going to give them and just say, we are going to be more physical than you. We are going to be meaner than you. We are going to be tougher than you. And, look, I don't know that they can win 2 more games. I already said that. They're a team to be messed with. That is not if we get Carson Beck versus Georgia, cinema. But, and I do think this is more important, I think Georgia would win, but I'm not counting Miami out. The way they play football, man, you can win in any weather, any place, anywhere. So here's where I was at. I told you I was boots on the ground. I was more so boots on the roof. But one of the better experiences that I've ever gotten to be a part of. Like, I got to go to a big-time bowl game, the Cotton Bowl. I got to go into Jerry's World. This is my second time there, but really my first time seeing college football. The other time I went was for the Thanksgiving game. It was so much fun. Just getting to kind of interact with everybody. Now, I did have my Ducks gear on. I had my CCU shirt on.
As you should have.
Of course. Had to rock the Caucasian Collisions unit. Just supporting Bryce Boettcher and Dylan Thieneman. It was a grand old time. I had a ton of fun. I had so much fun.
Another thing with Miami winning, I think it really shuts up the Notre Dame fans. We were talking about this earlier. Really shuts up the Notre Dame fans that were complaining about Miami getting in over them. It's like, well,
should have won.
Yep. Clear, as simple as that.
Should have won. I think it also brings some more validation to Texas A&M. There are a lot of people that were throwing out the fraud word with A&M, and I do kind of understand where the thought process was. I kind of thought so too, but I also didn't think that that Miami would beat Ohio State. But what I will say with Texas A&M and Notre Dame and Miami and that whole hullabaloo is this is why we want those big games, because the games should matter and they have to matter. And thankfully they do matter and they did matter. No worries whatsoever, sir. So right now, what I will ask you is to fire off a sub if you have not had an opportunity to hit sub to either channel, but more importantly right now, we got the main chat sub channel up. So if you'd like to hit that sub button, we'll be right there. Jake, if you're a Raiders fan, Mitchell Renz will have a live for the Raiders report, but I do think it's important to note that Searle and I will also be live here for that Alabama-Indiana game. I know everyone's kind of looking at Mendoza. Does he fit into the system? Does he fit into your system? Is he going to be the number 1 guy? Is he not going to be? Tell you what, right now, the way that our boy Dante Moore's playing, I think that Dante Moore should get a little bit of love in that category as well, too. He's been freaking awesome. That doesn't seem right. It's missing a 0. Missing a 0. But that's okay. All right. I'm interacting with y'all in the chat. I want to talk. I want to hang out. I want to have a good time with all y'all. I want to enjoy some fun. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I want to have some fun. I want to have a good time. I want to hang out. We've been having a grand old day, grand old time. Let me know. Anyone got any questions in the chat right now about anything going on in the college football world? Yeah, Jake says, I know I subbed and notifications are on. Love that. Texas Tech offense is terrible. I need the QB to step up. Thank you. Yes, sir. By the way, like I said, we'll be live for that mainstream. As soon as this game ends, it will kick you right over to where Searle and I will be next. We'll probably have to do a quick bathroom break type of deal. So we'll pop up after, but don't you worry. I'm gonna call you Togar. What is Texas Tech game plan to come back? I think you got to get Behren Morton figured out. He looks horrible right now. He has not been locked in. You got to find a way to get him locked and loaded in a position where he's feeling comfortable finding open receivers. Behren Morton. No worries. Morton has not looked comfortable in this one. But I also think that's a testament to Tatum Tuioti. I think that's a testament to Mateo Uyunglele. I think it's a testament to Dan Lanning, to Tosh Lapoy. They've done a great job of not letting him get into a spot where he feels good. They've done a great job of not letting him get to a spot where he feels good. And that's why I think you're seeing a lot of success. A lot of success for this Oregon defense. All right. We're going to get Searle up here on the screen. He's showing, he'll go through some of the stats and key figures because, well, I do have to go to the bathroom. No worries. And then we'll be back and we'll get going for that second half. Slater kept me on a little bit longer. I just had to give some shout outs, had to get some excitement going. Like I said, by the way, we will be here for that next live for the Rose Bowl. We will be here to party and have a good time. But we're going to be back in the second half in just a moment. Searle's going to be going through some of the key stats for each team, and I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Like Ortner was talking about, Morton just has not looked comfortable at all in the pocket. So that's a major credit to the defense from Oregon, especially after their showing last week against JMU, a lesser opponent, obviously. So hats off to them. Defensive coaches made nice adjustments. And Tech's offense hasn't done anything today. Look at this. 6 of 12, 37 yards. Negative 16 rush yards off sacks. And aside from one big run from Jacoby Williams, they've had nothing. What did we say earlier? 2 or 3 first downs, and I think it was 3, and 2 of them came on the drive with this long run. So really, if you're an Oregon fan, you got to be happy with the adjustments you've seen on the defensive side of the ball. Now, when we turn the page and look at Texas Tech's defense, also a very solid outing so far. Lee Hunter, 5 tackles. Big fella up front. 2 TFLs. Massive. Jacob Rodriguez, 8 tackles. He was one of Ortner's players to watch heading into this one. And Ben Roberts, 11 tackles, 1 TFL. I mean, say what you want, but you've got to be really impressed with both defenses so far. With the caliber of offenses that these teams have and have shown throughout the year, very impressed so far. And David Bailey, I mean, he's just been everywhere. 2 tackles, which were tackled for losses, 1 sack, 2 PBUs. I think one of those was the 4th down inside the Prize Picks red zone. Made a heck of a play to bat that ball down on 4th down. Romello Height getting involved in the action as well. 2 tackles, one of those being a sack in TFL. Now, I will say, the DBs for Texas Tech haven't been holding up as well. You look at Dante Moore, 22 of 27, almost 200 yards. He's been throwing the ball pretty well. Like we mentioned, one of those throws, one of his incompletions was dang near in triple coverage and could have been a pick 6. It looked like if it was floating up a bit longer, probably would have been 6 the other way. But overall, solid half from Dante. They just have to capitalize in the red zone. That's where they've been struggling. The Prize Picks red zone. might I add. So Dante's been playing well. The O-line has been struggling, though. You've seen that negative 23 rushing yards, all those off sacks. I mean, there's plays where, well, for one, there's been plays with bad snaps, and there's been plays where Dante gets the snap, he rolls out, and boom, he's on the ground. Doesn't even have time to make a decision, make his reads, what have you. So overall, I think it's simple for Oregon. Defense keeps playing well, have takeaways, which they have 2 on the day, and capitalize in the Prize Picks red zone. If they do those things, they'll be fine. So I don't know if Tech's offense will be able to figure out this Oregon defense. So as long as the D holds up and offense doesn't shoot themselves in the foot, I think Oregon fans will be pretty happy on the other side of this game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
I think
Ortner
so
is
too.
back.
Yeah, well,
there we go.
there's a little quick scamper over there.
Sure.
Now, so back to Cotton Bowl. So Cotton Bowl, the halftime entertainment was like this college. Well, I mean, both the colleges between Miami and Ohio State, their marching bands got to get up there and like do their thing, right? But they also had this like band, or these like Razorettes or Ravenettes or whatever you would call them. Ragerettes? I don't know. Rangerettes. That's what it was. Rangerettes. Where they were like doing this like dance, the drill, the Texas drill stuff, right? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like Texas drill team. They do it like at high school, like football games. They do it at some of the college. Yeah. Yes, but they're called something different here. Yeah. So they let it off, and I thought that was cool. And then, for whatever college that was, and then we just get the halftime show for the Orange Bowl, and it's freaking Third Eye Blind. So funny. Like, we did not have Third Eye Blind rocking and rolling with us over at the Cotton Bowl. Cotton Bowl, we went old school.
I will say in Texas, they seem to take their drill teams very seriously.
I've learned it's the number one thing.
So my wife was in high school, she was like she was on varsity dance team for 4 years. But it was basically a boot camp, from what I can gather.
Right.
Not easy. Some people might look at it and be like, oh, yeah, I can go out and do that.
Oh, I have no interest. No want or no need. I get my butt kicked.
No.
I get my butt kicked. I don't need to get my butt kicked in that. I'll tell you that right now. I don't need to get my butt kicked in something like that. I was very impressed. Let's just say that. The different moves, everyone's in unison. They all walk out together and they all walk the same way. Like, it's a whole thing. It's crazy. 2 cents. The talent is even except for the quarterback position. You might be onto something there. Ooh, Avatar. I want to go see that. You might be onto something there. I don't know if I'd say exactly even or dead even, but right now, one quarterback has played really well and one quarterback has not played really well. It's kind of the difference. Gary Ortner, just like the Marine Corps drill team, I'll have to check them out. As we're loading through, we already talked to you guys about who our players to watch were for this game, and they've done a pretty darn good job, most of those guys being some of the top players in this one. But I now want to know, what's your key to victory in the second half? I don't care if you're a Duck fan or a Raider fan. Let's try and give one of each. I'd be very interested to know. I think if I'm going to go with the Texas Tech key to victory, is just get your offense effing started. You've got the Williams, 40-yard run? 50-yard run? Somewhere in that range. And that's it. That's your offense. All game, that's your offense. When you look at the Ducks, you got to finish in the red zone. The red zone finishing ability from Oregon has been atrocious. Got to end up with more scores. And if you're going to go for it on fourth down, you better get there. Here's our super chat menu that we've got rocking and rolling for today. You've seen a couple people jump in on this. Slater, the MVP so far over on the Oregon stream. If you let us know what team you're rooting for, we will give a cheer to your team. Obviously, you send in that 5, we'll get you that beer cheers. If you send in that 10, I'll do a 2-second, 3-second poll. And then if you send in a 50, dude, I'm just down in the whole Happy Dad seltzer. We like everyone who comes in and appreciates what we're doing here on the channel, has a good time. So if you want to have a good time, you're excited for us, excited to be here. Appreciate all of you guys. Happy 2026. Hopefully I was the first one to say that to you. Kickoff is underway. We're back in the second half of action as Oregon puts that one through the back of the end zone. Texas Tech, they're going to come out probably with their best field position of the entire day. I think we all knew that this was going to be a close game. I think we all knew that this was going to be a difficult matchup. I think that most people probably thought a few more points would get put up on the board. I think that's fair to say. A few more points would get put up on the board, but that's okay. That is A-okay. Ducks with some trickeration on the line of scrimmage. Handoff up the middle to Williams. He's got nowhere to go. Tuioti and Bear Alexander giving a lot of chase, getting him down on the ground. I wonder if you're going to see Texas Tech go to Williams a little bit more. Dickey was one of our players to watch, Cameron Dickey, that is. He has not really been able to do a whole lot of anything. Because he hasn't been able to do a whole lot of anything, I think you're going to see Williams get a little bit more run. Texas Tech, 2nd on 11. Ball on the 24-yard line. Back to throw. Behren Morton, ball knocked down at the line of scrimmage. OG Wakanobi! Oregon, let's go! OG, you make me want to shout. I love it, man. Cheers to you while we wait for this game to catch back up. Awesome. 3rd and 11 right now for the Ducks. Once we get you on the screen, we'll do your cheers. Behren Morton back to pass, looking, searching, finds an open receiver who is brought down immediately. Ducks offense picks up right where they left off. Love it. No. Oh, my goodness. Going to be a 4th and 4th and 8. No worries. Texas Tech, their punt is away. Nice catch there by Malik Benson. He's got some room on the edge. He gets to the right side. No one's there to stop him as he crosses over into the 50. Pushed out of bounds by Texas Tech after he's gotten into the Red Raiders side of the field. Wow. Wow, oh wow. I don't know that I can do the full song, but I'll give you the first 2 lines. OG. I'll give you the first 2 lines. How about that? Once we get you on the screen at the next break. The last line is very funny. OSU may fight to the end, but we will win. That is funny. I love a little college football hatred back and forth. All right, Dante Moore in the shotgun, hands the ball up the middle. Noah Whittington going to get a couple there. It's getting a little aggro. Slater! Boom! Defense playing lights out. Offense, let's finish the job. Love it. OG! Oregon, let's go. I'll get that chant after this play. Don't you worry. Dante Moore in the shotgun. 2nd and 8. Gets the ball out quickly to Noah Whittington. Basically a little screen pass there as DeCorian Moore tries to free him up. Unable to get the first, but he's going to get 2 there. Oregon, our alma mater. We will guard thee on and on. Fellas, gather around and cheer her, chant her glory. Oregon, bang! There you go. Hopefully that wasn't off key. why the lady friend sings and I don't. There is an injured Duck down on the sideline. I'm unable to see who that is. Dante Moore back to throw. We're back into the action. Oh, DeCorian Moore almost came down with a sensational one-handed catch. A sensational one-handed catch. Dante Moore put it in a position where only his receiver could go up and get it. Oh man, I mean, you'd like to say get 2 on that. I don't know that he could. He high pointed it. It's thrown in a spot where only his guy could get it. Oh, that was almost frisky. Oh, we almost got frisky there. We're going. It's 4th down. Spam those 4s. The Oregon Ducks have converted 3 4th downs today. The Texas Tech Red Raiders have converted 3 3rd downs. Dante Moore with the fake handoff. He's going to have to start running because he's got pressure in his face. He does have room to go. He gets a block. Not going to be enough. He's brought down a yard short. Jacob Rodriguez. Unbelievable. They are so good. They might have I don't know. Miami might have the best defense. Tech or Miami have the best defense, and I don't think it's close. Wow. Oh, Sadiq was open. He just didn't have time to throw it. Sadiq popped open, and that would have been a backbreaker. Would have been a touchdown. Oh. Slater! Boom! Defense playing lights out. Offense, let's finish the job. They need to finish the job there. Cheers to you, sir. Oh, man. Slater's got me a couple of beer cheers today. Beer chugs. That thing is halfway gone. Halfway gone. I love it. Shout out to you, Slater. That's awesome, man. Shout out to the 103 people hanging out with us on the Oregon Football Report. Hit that like button if you haven't had an opportunity to do so. And if you're over on our main chat, on our main channel, hit that like button as well. Only 241 likes. Got to get that like number up, 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 up. Hit that button if you would. Thank you guys so much. Cheers, Jake. Cheers. Cheers to Slater, too. Man, oh, man. You love college football, hit that like button. Hit that like button. If you love the Ducks or if you love other teams, hit that like button. I'm getting text right now in my own personal life. I am worried they won't finish this. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Ducks should be up by 50 is correct. Shout out to my good friend Sean Levine, the sports machine. Does a great job doing radio out in like Kansas City. Yeah, good dude. Love Sean. I'll tell you right now, if you're a Texas Tech Red Raider fan, I think you feel good. I think you have to, right?
You have to. Your defense has bailed you out.
So many times.
And time out.
So many times.
Now it's just a matter of if your offense can get it figured out.
100%.
Which, to this point, they clearly have not.
No, they got to get this thing figured out. They've got to get this thing figured out. I'll tell you that right now. That's okay. Below 2. Oh, no. Hit that sub button over on Oregon. Handoff, left side, brought down Mixon. Great play. Gets Williams to the ground for the Red Raiders. Going to be 2nd and 11. Oh, right at it. Cool. Great job by Dan Lanning and his defense. Morton back to throw. What a horrible bubble screen throw there. Miscommunication between Morton and Williams. 3rd and 11 now. 3rd and 11 now. What a horrible throw. How do you not just put it on the kid? It's a bubble screen. That has to be completed. It's a bubble screen throw. That has to be a ball that's completed. That is so horrifically bad by him. Back to throw. Behren Morton. He's got pressure. Mateo Uiagalelei just took it out of his hands. Mateo Uiagalelei. He gets brought down and tackled at the 5-yard line. What an incredible play by Young Concrete. No way. This Oregon Ducks defense comes up huge again. He just took it out of Morton's hands. Ducks have the ball now on the 5-yard line, a.k.a. inside of the Prize Picks red zone. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. What a play. He tries to throw it. Whether that's a fumble or an interception, it doesn't matter. He runs through an arm tackle from the offensive lineman as well. I think it's a fumble. I don't think Morton's hand was going forward. It doesn't matter. The ball never hit the ground. What an incredible play from 10. That is un-effing believable. Ducks have the ball in the 6. Jordon Davison runs through some arm tackles into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. And all of a sudden, this game feels wide broken open. Holy cow. That might be the best play I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. Slater! Boom! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was the best play that I've ever seen defensively. That was unbelievable. Grant High, shout out. That was the best defensive play I have ever seen. Hashtag Go Ducks. No, not Go Dukes. Go Ducks. That's what I'm saying. That was incredible. Slater! Boom! Defense out here trying to finish on the scoring side themselves. Yes, sir, Slater. Yes, sir. Holy cow. Holy cow. What a play by Uiagalelei. Also, you want to talk about showing up when you need him most? This defense. I mean, look, there's a lot of excuses you can make. They didn't look that great against JMU. Texas Tech was going to have to run the football against them, and the Ducks have just kind of shut them out from being able to do that. It felt like this was only a matter of time, but holy cow. What a play. Uiagalelei. Holy cow. Slater, cheers to you, sir. Almost done. Wow. Wow, oh wow. And all of a sudden, this game is wide. I feel like Oregon might just run away with it. I think Oregon really might run away with this one. That one, you've dominated defensively, and now the offense gets into the end zone. 13 might be enough to win this football game. It really might. 13 might be enough for the Oregon Ducks to come away with a victory. The way that you've been able to stop that Red Raiders offense, they haven't done jack S all game long. That's incredible. That is incredible. 3 of them. And here's the thing. Though they really haven't been. That's the first one that you got points on. Texas Tech has 3 turnovers, and the Ducks only have 7 points off those turnovers. Wait. They kicked a field goal. You have 10 off turnovers. But right now, that might be enough to win this football game. That's incredible. Oliver, what are you talking about? Wow. In what, riddle me what you're talking about. Explain it to me. Because that's nuts. That's an insane take. Oh, he took it down. Coward. Ducks kick the ball off. Texas Tech's going to take this one back. Williams not really able to get going. Trips and falls. He gets tripped up by his own guy on the 20-yard line. He's very upset. Thought he could really go all the way. Hit that sub button. Head on over to Oregon Football Report. We just got over to 2K. Help us out. Hit that sub button. Means the world to us, man. Means the world to us. By the way, you hit that sub button on the Ducks. More subs we get over there gives us more opportunities, by the way, to do more videos, do more watch parties. There's a holding penalty there. It was going to be called on Texas Tech, so that's going to go even further back. Hi, Alper. Good to see you. Happy New Year, bud. Happy New Year. What was going on with the Patriots, man? Can you guys stay out of the limelight, please? What's going on? A lot of trouble. Ball inside of the 10-yard line for Texas Tech, an offense that has struggled all game. Going to have to get out of their own end zone and go 98 yards, essentially, to get any points if they want to get into the end zone. Cameron Dickey able to come away with a catch. It really is. It really is. Second and 2 so far for Texas Tech. Will they be able to make this one a ball game? Ducks have a lot of their big personnel out. Bear Alexander got reached. Nice play. Flowers coming up with a big tackle. Dickey's going to be short of that first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Type those threes. Both ACC and Big 12 doing well this postseason. Are you watching this one for the Big 12? Are you watching this one for the Big 12? Would not say that it's going well for them. Handoff up the middle. Dickey, he's going to do just enough to weasel his way forward for that first down. Oh, Patriots today. I don't want to talk about it. I love that. Yes, for our hearts, I want that too. Behren Morton back to pass. No one able to get open. He spikes this ball in front of Cameron Dickey. I've been very unimpressed with the Texas Tech offense and Behren Morton's ability to find open receivers because he just hasn't done it. He has not been good. Not been good at all. Not been good at all. 2nd and 10 right now. Behren Morton looking. He's having to force out of the pocket, firing. Wow. Great throw. Great catch by his receiver there. Is that Virgil? Yes. He put a great throw on the run over the defender. Wow. Able to get 1 foot down. Great play there by Virgil. Wow. All right, Texas Tech. Offense might be coming alive. Handoff, Dickey, left side. Nothing doing. Nice play by Bryce Boettcher. Nothing doing. Nice play by Bryce Boettcher. Donald, do I have to talk about the NFL with you? Because you're wrong. You, sir, are wrong. Texas Tech handoff, right side. Dickey's going to get some of the yardage that they need on second down. Not going to be able to get all. It's going to be 3rd and about 6. 3rd and about 6. And I think with the score and the way the offense has been moving, this might be 4-down territory. This might be 4-down territory for the Red Raiders. It's going to be 3rd and 6, ball on the 49-yard line of Texas Tech. Quick screen pass out, going to be able to get the first down. Ducks were close. Unable to bring down the receiver for Texas Tech. They got fans now in the stands doing the nose wipe. I don't know why it's funnier that it's a Texas Tech fan. It's someone from Lubbock doing the nose wipe, and that cracks me up. Behren Morton back to pass. He's starting to have more and more time. Errant throw. Oh! The Ducks almost came away with an interception. Flowers had it in his hand. He wasn't able to keep it through the ground. Oh, no. He has it. What a bad throw by Morton. Trying to take a deep shot. Unable to find an open receiver. True, Donald. Either team can win. Either team can win. We're going to go to a commercial timeout right now. There was some some injuries out on the field. But that gives us the perfect opportunity to let you know about the proud sponsor of today's video. And that's because this episode is brought to you by our good friends over at Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. New feature alert! Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. Speaking of picks, I had a 3-pick power play for the second half action. Cameron Dickey less on his rush yards, Dante Moore less on his passing yards, and Kenyon Sadiq more on his receiving yards. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Shout out to Prize Picks. Thank you guys so much. In the Duck chat right now, if you go and click that link, it'll take you right where you want to go. I'm also putting it down in the main chat as well. You can go and, this thing is so slow. Oh no, will it send? It will. Thank goodness. I'm putting it in the main chat as well. So it's there for you. I don't think we have enough likes on either stream. So why don't you come on in and hit that like button. Only 252 likes on our main channel. That number is gross. Hit that like button. And if you're over on the Oregon Football Report, hit that like button as well. We only got 66 likes. We need to get that number up, 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 and up. The more likes that we get, the more people that are tuning into the videos, the more opportunities we will have to do these watch parties, these live streams. And the more opportunities I have to go to the bosses and say, look at the fever behind the Oregon Ducks. We need to make sure that we're putting out a video every single day. And then they can give me a little more freedom to do so. So the more likes that we get, the more opportunities that we get to do these things. According to Mel Kiper, he's got his 3 QBs. It's Dante Moore 1, Fernando Mendoza 2, and then Ty Simpson 3. You're going to see all 3 of those guys back on the field. Quick pitch out to the outside for Williams. Nothing doing. Dylan Thieneman came up with a big hit on second down for a loss there for Texas Tech. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Red Raiders. 3rd and long. Great read by the safety. Working downhill. Great play. 7 tackles today. Huge, huge game from Thieneman. 3rd and 11. Red Raiders just outside of that field goal range. Would they even try to attempt it, having already missed one today? Morton in the shotgun, running back off to his left side. Tries to find, oh, what are you doing, Oregon? What are you doing? Just a dumb decision there by the corner. Goes for the interception, doesn't get it. Old 2-mouthpiece Carter Jr. for Texas Tech comes away with the catch. He doesn't get the first down, but it's 4th down, and I do think the Red Raiders will go for it. I don't know what he was thinking there. I don't know what he was thinking. It's 4th and 1 for Texas Tech. Morton in the shotgun. He's got 2 running backs back there with him. He now motions out. Wildcat formation. Simple zone read. Nothing doing for Williams. What a bad play call. Dylan Thieneman. And Kennedy. Oh my goodness. What a dumb play call by Texas Tech. Took the ball out of their quarterback's hands, making it known to everyone they were going to run the football. Wow, nothing there for Williams. Cameron Dickey tries to come away with a block, doesn't do anything to Kennedy. That, of course, leaves Dylan Thieneman free to clean it up. Ducks get the turnover. LFG indeed. Ducks have the ball on their own 35-yard line. Handoff to the left side. Nice run there by Hill. This Ducks offense, they're just going to keep pounding the rock. They're going to play physical man football. They're going to play physical man football. Shout out to Uncle Dave for tuning in. Handoff up the middle. Jordon Davison going to grind his way forward for a gain of 3. Going to grind his way forward for a gain of 3. Going to be 3rd and 1 now for the Ducks. Dante Moore has 6 incompletions on the day today. 198 yards, and he's made some incredible throws. He's made some incredible throws. I think that Moore is better. I'm also biased, Jake. Dante Moore pulls it on the RPO action. Doesn't look like anyone realized that he could pull it. He gets the first down on his own with his legs, sprinting to that sideline. Type those ones. Type those ones. Great job so far today by Dante Moore. Great job by Dante Moore. Putting that sub link in the chat. If you like the Oregon Ducks, that'd be a great spot to go and watch this game. You're watching the same coverage, but on our Ducks channel. Handoff, Jordon Davison fighting through. He had to really earn those 2 yards. He had to really earn those 2 yards, but he did it. He had to really earn everything that went his way there, but he did it. Wow. Yep. And it's like normally with Oregon, you expect to see the high-powered offense, but this is what Dan Lanning was brought in to do, and that's recruit the big uglies up in the trenches and on the offensive line, O-line and D-line, so that you can run the football effectively. The time of possession has been huge for the Ducks. Dante Moore keeps it himself, tries to run over the defender for Texas Tech. He's going to get 4. And then Poncho just stands on top of 3 guys, which I kind of love that attitude from him. Moore comes up limping after that one. Don't love that. Hopefully it's just a little Charlie horse. Ball on the 48-yard line of the Red Raiders. 3rd and 4. This might be 4-down territory for the Ducks. Handoff up the middle. Noah Winnington's not going to get the first, but he will get 2. It's going to be 4th and 2. Jake, I get it. It is a coin flip. I don't disagree with you. And if the Raiders get the first pick, I mean, you have to get rid of Geno. Geno's hot garbo. Moore has more upside, I think. I think that Fernando Mendoza might have a better floor. Although Moore is the type of guy who understood that he needed to be better. And so he went and sat for a year. Not many people can do that. Dante Moore back to pass, 4th and 2. He's hit as he throws. Oh, no. He throws an interception. It was 4th and 2. He was hit as he threw. I will say that is a great interception there by the Red Raiders. But at the same time, if the ball falls incomplete, the Red Raiders actually would have had more yards. Is that going to be what jumpstarts the Red Raiders offense now? Is that going to be what starts that Red Raiders offense? He's just looking for his tight end Johnson over the middle, and I don't think he ever saw Roberts. He never saw Roberts. Threw it right to him. Hit as he throws. Hit as he throws. Unfortunate there for the Ducks. Chris says, Texas Tech sure has been flat today. Momentum swings like a pendulum. I think Oregon has this game. I frickin' hope so, Chris. I really, really hope so. Dabney, what are you talking about? Okay, you ready for this, Cyril? Are you ready for dumbass take of the day? We're going to get it from my friend Dabney. Oregon is so bad. Oregon will lose this game, and their coach has to be the stupidest in the Big Ten. That is your dumbass take of the day. Oregon may lose this game. I'm not here to say that it's shoe-in. Oregon's already won it.
As a Nebraska fan, I can argue. I have a strong argument. There's a coach that's dumber than Dan Lanning.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what. I get some of the aggressiveness people don't love. I mean, shoot, Oregon could probably be up 19-0 right now. But I also kind of love the aggressiveness because I kind of think this way with Dan Campbell. Too often, we play the results. And so when Dan doesn't get it and he's going for 4th down, Lanning or Campbell, a lot of people like to just crucify the guy. But at the same time, every time they get the first down, everyone goes, oh, big balls. Big balls Dan Lanning, big balls Dan Campbell. We don't win that game. And it's like, you can't play both. Can't play both. Dabney says, this is the worst game I've ever seen, and the Oregon Ducks are the worst team on the planet. I will say the worst game I've ever seen. Oh, gosh, no. That's probably a UW fan. I will say, if you ever watched 2009, 2010, it was the Sun Bowl. And it was Oregon State and Matt Moore versus Pittsburgh. And that game ended 6-5 or 6-3. It was horrific.
That's probably one of Mike Riley's Beaver teams.
That was, yes, we know Mike Riley well.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Former Nebraska great head coach, Mr. Rogers himself. Mike Riley.
Let's see. Oregon just lost this game. Dan Lanning ought to be ashamed for his play calling and going for it on every single 4th down. Okay. Agree to disagree, man. Richard, good to see ya. No reason to say sorry. It's New Year's. Happy New Year's, sir. Texas Tech's offense back out on the field. Nice run there by Williams. Gain of, we're going to call that 4. We're going to call that a long 4. It was a nice run there by Williams. He probably could have thrown it down below to McClellan. Dante Moore might have had McClellan. Eric, shout out to you. False start on the Red Raiders. The 2nd and medium is going to turn into a 2nd and long. Roger says, Eugene looks popping to me. Yes, sir. The city of Eugene is ashamed right now of what they are seeing? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Here's that sublink, by the way, to the Oregon Football Report. I would highly recommend that you go in and hit that sub button. Another false start for the Red Raiders. They just continue to shoot themselves in the foot. Shout out to Skull, John, Maddie, Clinton, and Duke. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you want to see your name up on the show, you hit that sub button. You might be the next crew that gets put up. Dabney's in the chat on Oregon. Yeah! Dabney! Shout out to you, man. That's awesome. Draw play for the Red Raiders. Nice run from Williams. Oh, boy. If Flowers doesn't come up with a big tackle there, he might have gotten the first down and then some. He might have gotten the first down and then some. 3rd and 3. They're running the football now. That is the bugaboo for this Ducks defense. If you can run the football effectively, we saw it with JMU, you can get moving. I don't know if I think they're going to give him that first. I think that's fair. You can go and put that across. Big first down. No, we have not. No, we have not. Behren Morton crew tried to go fast. Yeah, it looks like the referees stop it. That first half really flew by. Second half, not so much. Second half, not so much. By the way, make sure that you stick around. Just going to give a little bit of extra promo. Searle and I will be on our main channel for the Indiana Alabama Rose Bowl. So make sure that you stick around. We have a redirect link that'll send you right to us. So as soon as our streams end, it'll shoot you right into the chat for that one. Searle and I will do probably a quick bathroom break, and then we'll pop right back onto that one so you don't miss any of the action. And then I would say make sure that you stick around after that one because Harrison and Cullen will be on our next little channel. Or they'll be on the main channel for the next game. Oh, gee! What up, sir? Cheers! We'll get you up in a moment. Shout out to Cresswell. We're loving this ugly, hard game. Yes, sir. It is. It's weird to see an Oregon game that isn't a shootout. Fair. Well, and I'll tell you right now that Lanning can do that, and that's why he was brought in. Morton finds Williams out of the backfield. They did say it was a first down. Boettcher brings him down for a gain of 3 or so. That's why you brought in Lanning. And I mean, to be fair, Cristobal did a good job of doing that as well. Morton, they do a little bit of direct snap to the running back. Williams gets brought down before he gets to the first down line. But again, it is going to be a 3rd and short. You're starting to see Texas Tech really lean into this ground game. You're starting to see Texas Tech really run the football. Williams, handoff again, left side. The run game's starting to kind of lean on the Ducks. He gets a first down. OG Wakanobi, what's up, sir? Shout out to Cresswell. We're loving this ugly, hard game. Yes, sir, we are. Win gritty. Let's go. Still a 2-score game for the Ducks. Up 13. Texas Tech really putting together their first big drive so far. First big drive. Morton back to pass. Holy cow, Bryce Boettcher just trucked Williams. Whoa, boy. Behren Morton finds an open receiver on the sidelines, and just like that, we are in the Prize Picks red zone for Texas Tech. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Nice throw there. Wow, oh, wow. Uh-oh. We're going to get a little frisky here. End of the third quarter. Ducks 13, Texas Tech 0. Texas Tech is driving. Texas Tech is driving. That is incredible. That is incredible. All right, Searle. I think this is the perfect time. This thing is still not. Love it. I think this is the perfect time, though, Searle. Let's spam those 4s in the chat. Let's try our best Nostradamus. Let's try our best Nostradamus. Who is going to come up with the big play? Too much rain. Really? Yeah, that is interesting. I don't feel like it's that rainy. I can make a phone call. We just put this in the main chat. I'm going to put it over on Ducks as well. Does Dan Lanning go for it? Too much on 4th down. Does Dan Lanning go for it too much on 4th down? You know kind of where I stand. I think it's fine. But maybe you disagree. In fact, I think I know one person who definitely does. I think I definitely know someone who does. And they're letting their opinion be known. And they should. And I'm okay with that. That is right. Here's our Super Chat menu. You've seen a lot of people over on Ducks, OG Wakanobi, Slater as well, Tosh Gaming. Shout out to all of you guys sending in Super Chats. Right now, Ducks are well ahead of the Red Raiders. We did have a Red Raiders Super Chat come in, though. If you send in a Super, we'll get you a beer. Cheers. We'll get you that shot. And if it's for the Ducks, every once in a while I'll try to do that song. If you want to send in a 50, I got an unopened can. I'll chug that whole thing. It's unopened. Nice little seltzer. Just let me know. Love that. All right. Ball on the 9-yard line. Texas Tech trying to come away with their first score of the game. Behren Morton handoff. Oh, no. The Ducks had Cameron Dickey in the backfield. Weren't able to bring him down on the first shot. Did so on the second Duck player to get in the backfield. This one's starting to get figured out a little bit now. All right. 2nd and goal now for the Red Raiders. Quick pitch to the outside. Ducks string it all the way past. Unable to get anything going there. Blake Purchase, great job running with the receiver, not allowing him to get free. And all of a sudden, Texas Tech, they're going the wrong way. They're not going north and south. They're going east and west. Jake's drinking Jameson. We're drinking Happy Dads. Happy Dads. Yeah, Roger, I agree with you. Texas Tech's going to have to find a way to hold Oregon. I don't know that they can do it. Behren Morton back to throw. He's looking towards the end zone. Oh, it's intercepted for the 3rd time today. Finney Jr. comes away with a turnover. Intercepted in the end zone. Behren Morton, what are you doing? What a great defensive play. What a dumb throw. Oh my goodness. It's just a simple zone. Finney slides back. He wasn't supposed to be there. Great read. Dabney, maybe Lanning knows something I don't. That's just a great defensive play, buddy. That's just a great defensive play. Holy cow. Great read and to take the knee. That's his second interception of the day. And that's Brandon Finney's third turnover because remember, he recovered a fumble earlier too. Incredible. Handoff to the left side. Noah Whittington. He's going to get a gain of 4. What a game. What a game. Morton, he's doubled his yardage, but he's also doubled how many times he's thrown the ball to the wrong team. That's a problem. That is a problem. Holy cow, not so good. Not so good for Behren Morton. All right, pitch to the outside. Nice run again from Whittington. Going to set up the Ducks in about a 3rd and medium. 3rd and 4 or so it looks like. 3rd and medium for the Ducks. Yeah, 3rd and 3, excuse me. Derby, shout out to you. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to the Oregon Football Report. Make sure you come on in and hit that sub button. Morton looks upset. He looks confused. Tough time to have your worst game of the year. But this is the Duck team that we all thought they could be. And the offense hasn't even looked all that good. Dante Moore back to pass. Just kidding. QB draw. Nothing really doing there. He's going to get tackled well short of the line to gain. I don't know that I love that play call. I get that the clock is your friend, but the more first downs that you can get, the more that Texas Tech's defense has to stay on the field, the better. I mean, shoot, 5 minutes of clock taken off would have been huge. Oh, there's your problem. Double team on the nose never gets off. Leads to a wide open or running by himself, Jacob Rodriguez. Oregon back to punt. Flag does come out on the field. Interesting to see on who that will be. Ball's going to take an Oregon bounce as Dylan Thieneman lets it roll out of bounds. I'd be interested to see if it was an encroachment because there is a flag on the field, and if it is encroachment, that will be a first down. Encroachment on Texas Tech. Ducks get the first down. That's unbelievable. Wow, oh, wow. This Oregon team can definitely win the Natty. Wow, oh, wow. Dante Moore back out on the field. Dante Moore back out on the field. Handoff, Hill, left side. Not a whole lot going, but enough for him to squeeze forward for about 3. Just enough for him to squeeze forward for about 3. Ooh, Michigan got Jay Hill. Michigan's going to be good. Michigan's going to be good. Michigan's going to be good. I love how I tweeted, will the Ducks ever score a TD? And then, like, the next play, Mateo Uyunglele took one to the house. Took one to the house. Flip out to the right side. Hill's going to have some room to run. Not going to be able to get a first down. But again, it's going to be 3rd and 3 or so. A 3rd and short for the Ducks. Continuing to move the football. Continuing to move the football. Continuing to take time off the clock. I love this from the Ducks. Right. No team with a bye has won their first game. I don't think that Oregon is going to let Texas Tech be the first. I don't think that Oregon's going to let Texas Tech be the first. Dante Moore, back to pass, looking, finding, nice throw to Lamar down the sidelines. He's going to get the first down and then some. The fourth running back on this Oregon team with a huge gain on 3rd and short. And the Ducks might be running away with this one in Miami. Type those ones down below. The Ducks might be running away with this one in Miami. The Ducks are getting frisky. Maybe the Ducks will be back in Miami later on. Dante Moore back to throw. He's got time. He does get some pressure. He escapes the pocket. Going to fall forward. Gain of 3 or so. Got brought down at the ankles. You can tell that Texas Tech is really slowing down. Moore is kind of limping. Don't love that. That is something to be worried about. That is definitely something to be worried about. Right around that 9-minute mark right now. Right around that 9-minute mark right now in Miami. Ball in the 30. Handoff right side. Lamar not able to get anything. Going to be 3rd and medium again. Going to be 3rd and medium again for the Ducks. I agree. Any points here for the Ducks probably ends this ball game. I mean, technically a field goal, it's still 2 scores. But goodness, I haven't seen them really do anything over at Texas Tech. Hit that sub button on the Oregon Football Report. Dante Moore finds an open receiver. Not going to be able to get the first down was Kenyon Sadiq. Moore got brought down again. He's limping. He's been getting beat up a little bit. It's 4th and 2. What do you do if you're Dan Lanning? He is redder than red, man. Injured offensive lineman down on the field for the Ducks right now. Alex Harkey, senior guard. Senior offensive lineman, I guess I should say. We're going to go to a commercial break on the field. I think that's the perfect time to let you know one last time. One final time about our good friends over at Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops. And Prize Picks lets you take control. New feature alert! Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tailor-fade our picks with just one click. Speaking of those, here was my 3-pick power play for the second half action. Cameron Dickey, less on his rush yards. Dante Moore, less on his pass yards. Kenyon Sadiq, more on his receiving yards. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Yes, it is. It's good to be the Ducks. If you want to hang out and see all the Oregon Duck content that we got coming out on the channel, on the streams, go on over and hit that sub button. Got over 2K. We absolutely love it. We absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. The Red Raiders cheerleaders are they're dancing while they also have a mustache, which I find very, very funny. Very, very funny. That's right. Ducks are going to kick it. I think that's a smart thing. Make them get two-point conversions. Sappington puts that one up and through. Ducks 16, Texas Tech 0. Huge. Huge right now. I think at this point that is insurmountable. I don't want to say that it is completely insurmountable, but it does feel insurmountable if you're Texas Tech. You haven't done anything offensively, and the one drive that you do have, you don't do S with it. You don't do S with it. You throw an interception. Winner of this one is going to go to the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, January 9th. Is that next Saturday? Obviously, it's not this Saturday. It's next Friday. This would be the Friday game. I think we're going to be back here with you. Ooh, a little Friday action, Will and Searle. Could be a whole lot of fun. Shout out to Richard. Kickoff is away for the Ducks. It's going to hit out the back of the end zone. Red Raiders going to let that one go. Roger, you're right. It could very easily be 22-0. This makes me feel a hell of a lot more confident about the Ducks and where they sit and what they can be and what they should be. Hit that sub button. There's 689 of you hanging out with us. I hope everyone's subscribed, but not everyone could be. Go hit that sub button. No. All right. Behren Morton back to throw, completely behind his receiver. He is all kinds of effed up today. He doesn't know what he's looking at. He doesn't know where his receiver is. He doesn't know where his receiver should be. He is all kinds of jacked up. Another false start for Texas Tech. Another false start for Texas Tech. 140 of you hanging out with us over on the Ducks channel. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Means the world. Behren Morton back to throw, 2nd and 15. Finds an open receiver who is brought down fairly quickly by the Ducks. Dylan Thieneman was there first. Bryce Boettcher kind of cleaned up his missed tackle. 3rd down for Texas Tech. Going to be about 5 or so yards there. 7.5 minutes left to go. 7 yards. Forgot they were in the 2nd and 15. Morton gets the ball out quickly to Williams, who, wow, he makes a couple of Ducks miss, but he doesn't really get any yards going forward. He gets brought down 4th and 6. Behren Morton, not so good. Not so good. A reason you should subscribe to the Oregon Football Report, I want to make sure that I put that out there, is the portal is going to open. The portal is going to open tomorrow as Tatum Tuioti gets into the backfield and makes his 2nd sack of the game, essentially ending this. The Ducks are going to come away with a victory in Miami, and hopefully we'll end up back in Miami again later on this year. That is where the Natty is, if I read the bracket correctly. It is. It is. Great play there by Tuioti. Oregon's going to have the ball again, trying to score ever so quickly. Make sure that you stick around. Nice thing is we will be back, Searle and I, over on our Chat Sports main channel. As soon as we sign off, people on both streams, you will get sent right over to our next stream that we're going to do for the Rose Bowl. And it will be Searle and I. We will be live. It'll take us just a moment. We both, look, we kind of got to go to a potty break. That's the wrong team. That's okay, though. That is okay, though. It's important to mention as well. There we go. It is important to mention as well as we look at the CFP bracket right now. Miami came away with a victory, which is basically Oregon South because that's just Mario Cristobal taking all the Oregon guys. Maybe that's a bit of a lie. But with the victory, the Ducks would then play the winner of Indiana or Alabama. That game, of course, happening as soon as this one is over in Pasadena. Now, there's a lot of rain, a lot of issues with some agua going on in Pasadena. Sir already said what? A lot of the pregame festivities, they are done?
So, Brett McMurphy from not ESPN, he works for On 3 now, put out a tweet saying that no flyover is happening. They might have to push it back to the third quarter, halftime around there. But all pregame festivities, dance teams, basically out of the picture right now. The bands will be performing from the stands for their respective schools.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's hope it clears up in Pasadena.
Yes, let's hope. And I get that they're in the middle of an atmospheric river, but at the same time, what are we doing? A little bit of rain's going to keep us out. Hit that sub button over on the Oregon Football Report. The number keeps going up and down. That's because of the bots. The real fans, the real ones, the people who really appreciate what we've got going on over there on the channel. Hit that sub button. If you do, when you do, you're going to get Oregon football content coming out pretty much every single day. That's my promise to you. I'll do my best to make sure that that content gets out there almost every single day. Love it. Love it. All right. We've got a fun one cooking right now. If you're an Oregon fan, who would you rather play? Would you rather play Indiana? Would you rather play Alabama? Would you rather play Alabama? Would you rather play Indiana? Dante Moore hands the ball off, up the middle. Noah Whittington, not much going. Only going to get one there. Yeah, Dante Moore is bleeding from his pinky. His pinky got opened up. Wonder if they put some tape on it. I think this is the first time the Ducks are going to come away with a victory in those gray pants. I think that's the first time. I love the wings. Like, the wings are a Duck thing, right? The wings on the helmet. It's always been super cool. As an offensive lineman, I hated the white. Like, you want to look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, throw me in white. The skinny guys love it. You look great in white. Handoff up the middle, Noah Whittington, unable to really get anything going there. Texas Tech is just loading the box. And Oregon knows that they can go real slow, kick a field goal here. That's going to be a 3-score game. They're perfectly fine. They're not going to put anything at risk. Yeah. Ooh, shout out the Panthers. Yeah, D2. Pitch out to the left side. Nice little run there for Noah Whittington. Not going to get a first down, but he is going to get the Ducks into the Prize Picks red zone. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Speaking of people who have coached Will Ortner, shout out to Spencer Capitani. I believe he's still the defensive coordinator over for the Sioux Falls Panthers. They're a D2 team now. Is it the Northern Sun? I believe that's the Minnesota Conference. I had to think about it. What is happening? Kick is up, and for the first time today, Atticus Sappington unable to put one through. Yeah, we're not doing that. That's ridiculous. We're not doing that. On the main chat. I'll tell you later. Oh, no, you were fine. It had nothing to do with you. Yeah, Skull Vikings fan. Northern Sun. I think I'm right. I think I'm right as well. Fun day, fun way to wake up for your 2026. I think a lot of people kind of understand that this one might be over. But while you're here hanging out, let's get to 300 likes over on our main stream. And let's get to 100 likes on the Oregon Football Report. Make sure that you subscribe to both as well, because we got college football content coming out every single day. We're at 77 likes right now on the Oregon Football Report. Let's get that number to 100. To 100. Who was the best quarterback for Oregon in college football history? I think it's Marcus Mariota. I think Joey Harrington put the Ducks on the map, right? He gets the little billboard or whatever that he had in Times Square. Joey put Oregon probably on the map. Dennis Dixon kind of solidified that Oregon was a team to mess with, but it's Marcus Mariota. Mariota won a Heisman. He's the only Oregon Duck to win a Heisman. Bo Nix is good, but he wasn't Mariota. Bo Nix was good, but he wasn't Mariota. Fighting through an old football injury. I'll tell you that right now. Sore. Sore. That's all right. Yeah, it's got to be Mariota. I mean, the guy was a freaking stud. The guy was a freaking stud. Oh, Roger Moore, Dan Fouts. Richard likes Dan Fouts as well. That's fair. But they didn't win. So Dan Fouts might be the best quarterback overall, but who was the best in their time at Oregon? That's where I think it's fair to go Mariota. And I think it's also showing my youth. Like, I'm 28 years old, just turned. Like, guess what? I didn't watch Dan Fouts. Yeah, Raiders had Marcus Mariota for a minute. I get that. I'm a little disappointed in how his pro career turned out. I get why Jameis went first. He had a little bit more pro-ready attributes. But, man, I love Marcus Mariota. Marcus was great. By the way, I should mention this. Over on Seahawks Today, Saturday night. If you like the Seahawks or you just hate the 49ers, tune into Seahawks Today. Searle and I will be live again Saturday night. Yes. There's a lot of Will. There's a lot of Searle. There's a lot of that going on over this weekend. Behren Morton gets the ball out quickly to Williams onto the edge. His running back that's really the only guy who's been able to do anything today for Texas Tech. Williams. Another catch and run there for the kid. Jake, join me on Seahawks, man. Join me on Seahawks Today. We'll talk all that trash to the 49ers. Ducks making a change defensively, getting some of their defensive linemen out. Really slowing down the game now. Dan Lanning is showing off how smart he is. He understands the rules. Behren Morton back to throw. Finds an open receiver. He's going to be tackled right at the first down marker. You're really starting to see, that was Carter Jr., by the way, with the catch. You're really starting to see the smarts of Dan Lanning. Because whenever Texas Tech makes a change, so does Dan Lanning. And he slowly jogs his guys out. All right. Back to pass on 1st and 10. They gave it to him. Behren Morton, he's got a lot of time. Just kind of sitting, slinging, firing. Oh, if Flowers turns around, he has an easy interception. If Flowers turns around at all, he has an easy interception. Instead, he decides, I want to do the seatbelt. I want to do the seatbelt. Here, I got you, man. Yeah, but the coach, they want to get out of here, too. Might have been a PI, but whatever. There's that sub link for Seahawks, Jake. There you go, sir. Behren Morton back to throw. He had pressure in his face from Bear Alexander. Nice job from the kid. Not letting him stay up. Why did we try for a field goal? And Dabney, now you're mad that they kicked? You've been complaining all day. You've been complaining all day about him not going for it. And then they kick and they miss. You're killing me, Dabney. You're killing me, man. 3rd and 10. Behren Morton back to throw. No one's open. He takes it himself. Gets plowed. Pause. Dylan Thieneman. Nice tackle. 4th down. Tech has to go for it. They have any hope. They have any prayer. Getting where they want to be. Oh my goodness. Behren Morton just got murdered. Blake Purchase just decapitated. Decapitated. Behren Morton. Oh my gosh. The left tackle thought that they were sliding right and they were sliding left. Oh no. What a bad way to end your 2026, man. What a bad way to end your 2020 or to start your 2026, I guess I should say. That was 4th down. Man, oh man. That's not the way you want to start it. Dante Moore back out there for the Ducks. They're just going to run this one out. Jordon Davison plows his way forward. Nice gain of, call that 6. Nice play there. Just continuing to march. Just continuing to march. Ducks have won this one. And they've won this one because of their ability to create turnovers, cause turnovers. Ducks are going to come away with a victory. We'll see you in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Curry night. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll see you in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. We'll see you January 9th. Behren Morton, I just feel awful for the kid. 100%. 100%. Behren Morton just getting abused today. Just getting abused. Ducks are set up nice and pretty. Tell you that. 2:51 left to go in this game. Tatum Tuioti is absolutely balled out. I can't think of a guy who's had a better performance in this one on the defensive side. Handoff up the middle. Nice run by the Ducks. They get the first down into the Prize Picks red zone. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bryce Boettcher is freaking awesome. That's why it was such a big deal when he decided to come back for Oregon. There were a lot of Duck fans that were worried of like, oh, hey, he's coming back. Like, this is great, but, you know, will we be able to keep him? Will he be able to stay? He has, and boy, oh, boy, has he been awesome. Boy, oh, boy, has he been awesome. Handoff up the middle. Lamar going to have a nice little run there for the Ducks. Into the 2-minute timeout, this one goes, and, well, Cyril, I don't like to talk about women's weight, but there's a large woman who's singing. There's a very large woman who is singing right now. There's a plus-size model, you might say, that is singing. Ducks are just going to run this one out. Yep. For the Duck fans that are in the channel right now, let Cyril and I know, who do you think you'd rather have the Ducks play? You want Alabama or Indiana? Let me know in the comment section. Searle and I will be responding back as much as we possibly can. Let us know what team seems like a better matchup for Oregon. What team, maybe you just want a little bit of payback against Kalen DeBoer. Maybe you want a little bit of payback against Indiana. The one win this year against the Ducks. Indiana.
That rematch with Indiana would be electric.
Signetti versus Lanning.
Yeah. Sign me up for round 2 of that.
That'd be a lot of fun. I think that, to a degree, DeBoer Lanning would do numbies just because he's never beaten them. But, man, oh man, Jake, she's humming some bars. That's for sure. Yes, she is. Dabney says he wants Indiana. Richard says he wants Indiana. Cody wants Alabama. Now, I wonder if to a little bit, too, with that, Cody, is that just because, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. Alabama's the weaker team. Like, they just are. Top to bottom, they are weaker than the Ducks. Or, yes. No, I stand by that. Indiana, I wouldn't say they're weaker. And the other thing with Indiana is they're very good at staying gap sound. Like, I think I can make an argument, and I think it's a fair argument. Talent-wise, Oregon is better. Not by as much as they might have been last year. But Oregon, talent-wise, is better than Indiana. But Indiana doesn't make mistakes, man. They're so disciplined. So disciplined. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Make sure to stick around. This is the perfect time to mention it as well. Searle and I will be live for that Rose Bowl. We'll once we sign off of this one, that'll send you right over to our Rose Bowl stream. You're right. We'll be off for like maybe 8 minutes, somewhere in there. Someone has look, sometimes we gotta go pee. Happens. Intriguing matchup, Indiana versus Oregon. I would say that for sure. Richard says the first Oregon-Indiana game, there were a couple players out. I think you're correct on that. I think you're correct. Handoff, right side, Lamar pushing, trying to get anything, unable to. What'll be interesting for Duck fans, and I've been harping on it on the channel, and I kind of thought we'd see him today. We didn't get to see him today. Does Evan Stewart come back? Uh-oh. Kenyon Sadiq walking off. Looking a little hurt, looking a little sore. There's flags on the field. Texas Tech, they're taking shots. Pregame is not going to let that go without making sure everyone knows his opinion. Shout out to Jeffrey and Jake. Thank you guys so much for hitting that sub button. There's a question for me, too, on if the Ducks should just take some of these starters out. Is it a sportsmanlike conduct play? Right. It looks like they called that on Bailey. Man, he's old school. There's nothing on his arms, nothing on his hands. That's just a mean dude. Dude, right? That's old school. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. Yeah. That's good stuff. I love it. Yeah. My mom was like a big rock soup person, which unfortunately for me, I hate soup. I despise soups and stews. Don't really know why. Just kind of is what it is. And because of that, I usually had to fend for myself, which meant candy. And that was last year. Yeah. What up, Lord Buddy Bear? Good to see you. First and goal for the Ducks after that penalty. Inside the Prize Picks Red Zone. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. got to look. Dude. It's the same as mine. That's unbelievable. That's okay. All right. Texas Tech uses their final timeout. It's already scheduled, of course. Of course, it's already scheduled. Here's our two-team comp right now for this game. Oregon, look, offensively, not that much more yards than what was going on for Texas Tech, but I think it's important to note, look at the time of possession. The time of possession was completely dominated by the Ducks as Jordon Davison runs forward, and he's going to get tackled on about the 2-yard line. That's the difference in this one. That is 100% the difference in this one. Jordon Davison and the rest of this Oregon Ducks rushing attack really controlling the time of possession. Run the football. What's up, man? Cool. Okay, change that one. All right, handoff up the middle. Jordon Davison going to get brought down again at the 1. Ducks don't have to score if they don't want to. Here's the question. Will they? Here's the question. Will they? If they don't want to score, they don't have to. They might want to score just because. Just because. Oh, my goodness. All right. Timeout called by the Ducks. 19 seconds left. It is 4th and goal. What do you do? What do you do if you're the Oregon Ducks? What do you do? Oh, my goodness gracious. We missed one. OG Wakanobi! What's going on, sir? We'll get you up here in just one moment. It's cool. Just leave me on. Just leave me on, and then we'll throw my good friend up there. I'm going to change that once we come on. That's awesome. Good to see you, man. Thank you so much. OG Wakanobi, a real one of the Oregon Football Report. A real one. Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you. All right, looks like the Ducks are going to go for it. Handoff up the middle. And Jordon Davison sneaks in for his second touchdown of the day. Oregon scores. Spam those TDs. Spam those TDs. Just the cherry on top. Yes, sir. Jordon Davison. Ducks are going to come away with the victory. 16 seconds left. What a performance by the defense. What an absolute performance by the defense. The kick from Sappington is up and good. Pretty darn good day for him as well. 23-0. The Ducks just absolutely went BTA. They just absolutely went BTA. OG Wakanobi! Every coach is afraid of Oregon right about now. Yes, sir, they are. Beer cheers. Oh, he's gone completely back on his side. Yes, I think that every team should be scared of Oregon. I think once Ohio State lost, is there a team in here that you don't think can win it? I think Miami has a chance. I don't know that they will, but yeah, I think they have a shot. I think that Oregon has a shot to win it. A very damn good one. I think that both Indiana and Miami have a shot. I think Indiana has a much better shot. But if you told me that Kalen DeBoer got that Alabama offense humming, maybe. I guess maybe if I had to lean that, like maybe Ole Miss, maybe Alabama don't have a shot to win it all. Georgia clearly does. They've got the only coach who's won one. Kickoff by the Ducks. Williams trying to make some hay. He gets brought down again. Ducks got some players that I really want to make sure their voices are said. Their names are said, I guess I should say. Their names are said. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What a performance. I love it, man. I love it. Ducks will be playing again in 9 days at the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Where is that at? Is that New Orleans? Atlanta. Ducks will be back in Atlanta. And then who knows? Maybe they'll be back in Miami with a victory. Handoff up the middle for Texas Tech. They're just going to let this one go. That'll do it. Ball game. Ducks 23. Texas Tech 0. Love it from the Ducks. Absolutely love it. That defense that we were worried about, no reason to be. Dominant performance. Dominant performance. This is what your college football playoff bracket looks like right now. Miami has punched their ticket, a.k.a. Oregon South. Oregon has punched their ticket. We now wait on the next 2 games. Who's going to punch their ticket next? Will it be Indiana? Will it be Alabama? And then the late game, Georgia versus Ole Miss. Who's going to come away with that one? Who is going to come away with that one? Oh, there's the great Dusty Hara. Shout out to him. Trying to pretend like he can't be seen on the screen. Big game from the Ducks. So here's what we're going to do. Great game for Jordon Davison, a guy that we were worried might not be able to go. Big game. Now, the yards per average isn't there, but guess what? It's the touchdowns. It's those low runs. He was great. Mateo Uyunglele had an impressive game. I think Dante Moore really earned himself a good spot, a good position today, continuing to show why he's going to be one of the top guys in the draft if he decides to go into said draft. Now, what I do think is important, I want to make sure that everybody knows Cyril and I, we are going to sign off on both Ducks and on our main stream. We will be back on the main stream in about 5 to 10 minutes, Cyril. Does that sound about right? About 5 to 10 minutes, we will be back on our main stream. So make sure that you don't go anywhere, or if you do, you go and grab like some food, grab something to drink, because we're going to be back for that Rose Bowl. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Jake, it'll send you right to it. It'll send you right to it. I got a smart brain over here. I'll make sure it sends you right to it, okay? So we're going to sign off, and we'll see you guys here in about 8 to 10 minutes. Thank you.